St. Louis, Busch Stadium, the home of the Cardinals. The road trip continues after a day off yesterday. The Brew Crew starting up a key weekend series with the Redbirds. And right now the Brewers up 2 games on St. Louis in the National League Central. 2.5 on the Pirates, who lost last night. And you figure this race is going to come right down to the wire. A big 3 here over the weekend, and tonight the Brewers will match up against Adam Wainwright. Hi, everybody. We welcome you from Busch Stadium alongside Bill Schroeder. I'm Brian Anderson. Telly Hughes, our reporter here this weekend as well. And let's get started right away with all this trade discussion. The Brewers and the Cardinals were active. I'd say the Cardinals were very active in their starting rotation. Meanwhile, the Brewers pick up Gerardo Parra. Nice little piece for Milwaukee at the trade deadline.
And that's something Ron Renneke's looking for, some left-handed pop coming off the bench. The Brewers really had some young guys. You need to bolster up that bench, and you get a guy that has a couple of gold gloves in his closet, one in left, one in right field. And Gerardo Parra is a guy that, Ron Renneke can use coming off the bench. He'll spot start him. He'll give Gomez. He can give just about anybody in that outfield a day off because you get Parra, a good contact hitter, a career .275 hitter. And when you talk about outfield arms, he's got one of the best in the business. Since 2009, he's got 62 outfield assists, the second most in all of baseball. Not sure how much he's going to start, but Ron Renneke very excited about having him coming off the bench.
Well, Renneke feeling like tomorrow might be the day Parra would be in the starting lineup. He is going to match up against Justin Masterson, whom the Cardinals just acquired on Wednesday, and then they got Lackey yesterday. So 2 new hurlers in this St. Louis rotation.
And they gave up a lot for him, too. I mean, you look at Alan Craig, a World Series hero for these guys. I mean, this St. Louis Cardinals organization and players in particular kind of devastated by the whole trade. I mean, we get Joe Kelly, Alan Craig, 2 guys very important to this organization. They're no longer around, so it's going to be important for Masterson and Lackey to pull their weight. They're going to be in that starting rotation right away.
Kyle Loesch and Justin Masterson tomorrow. Garza against Lackey on Sunday. Let's meet the new guy. Telly Hughes will sit down with Gerardo Parra when we continue from St. Louis.
to you by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By Miller Lite, now in the original can. It's Miller time. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. This weekend, St. Louis will showcase a big-time NL Central showdown between the top two teams in the division. The Brewers and Cardinals will kick off the first of three tonight. Hello and welcome back inside Busch Stadium. I'm Telly Hughes alongside the newest Brewer, Geraldo Parra. And first off, welcome to Milwaukee. And secondly, how did you find out you were traded?
I say thank you. Thank you for the fans. Thank you for the teammates. Amazing. And for the Brewers team, I'm happy to be here. Yesterday's a lot of busy. I'm surprised, but that's the baseball, that's the family. I'm happy putting all my percent for make a win, for try to win, and instead of first play because I wanna make a playoff.
You said that the Brewers play hard, they play happy, and I love that. Yeah. Is that the perception you had from outside, and how forward you are looking to being a part of this?
Big one. Big, it's hard. It's hard. We coming here. First time for here, but I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. Just only team play hard. Just only team make a win. Just only team just coming here every day like putting 100%.
You're a very versatile player. For Brewers fans who don't know what you bring to the table, tell them a little bit about your game and all the things you can do.
Just first play hard, play happy. Just play my defense. Running, sometimes make a homer. But the big point is help to the team. Help to the team. You want to try one, you want to try move. If you want to try sacrifice play, just only putting my point. Just putting my point for the team. Just working hard. Just make a win. Make a win. That's what I needed for make a playoff.
Well, we appreciate your time, and we look forward to your debut.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here. I know sometimes just today a little bit raining, but I hope so the game starting on time, and we're happy. We're happy to say thank you for everybody, and we make it like try to win for all my fans to the Braves, and do it for everything we do for the fans, for the team too.
All right, that's Geraldo Parra. The Brewers add a two-time Gold Glover to the mix, so we'll look forward to his debut. Coming up, two big arms will be on the bump to kick off this weekend series. Adam Wainwright, Willie Peralta. We'll send it back to our Fox Sports Wisconsin studios where Jeff and Jerry will have more on this pitching matchup.
Time to play ball here in St. Louis, Missouri. Gateway to the West. Brian Anderson with Bill Schroeder, Telly Hughes. 75 degrees. It's been raining on and off throughout the afternoon. They had the tarp down and no batting practice today for either team, but looks like we're okay for the rest of the night. And actually, you get into the month of August and you have 75-degree temperatures in St. Louis, you have caught a break. Brewers enjoyed an off day yesterday. Ron Renicky and the crew staying in St. Petersburg yesterday for the off day, traveling last night, and now ready to start up a 3-game series with the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's Renicky's batting order. It's brought to you by Associated Bank. Carlos Gomez will lead off. Jonathan Lucroy bats second. Ryan Braun in the 3 spot. Middle of the order is Aramis Ramirez, Chris Davis, and Lyle Overbay. And then the bottom 3, Gene Segura, Elian Herrera, and Willie Peralta. And you see Elian Herrera is in the starting lineup because Scooter Gennett is out. And for more on that story, we check in with Telly Hughes.
Well, B.A. Scooter, it was a late scratch. He came over early to take some early BP, and he was bunting, and the ball, he was hitting the left index finger while he was trying to bunt. The x-rays were negative. That's the good thing. So Scooter is listed as day-to-day. He was diagnosed with a contusion of the left index finger, and we'll definitely keep you posted on his progress.
All right, so the Brewers will have Elian Herrera, who had a 5-hit game against St. Louis, and just his second start since that time. Well, Rock, the Brewers would love to be 100%. They are not, and they're going to have to face one of the game's best pitchers who is making a strong case for a Cy Young Award this year in Adam Wainwright, the league's best winner.
Yeah, once again going for a Cy Young Award. He was second in the Cy Young Award balloting last year. His last time out on Sunday against the Cubs, he was a 1-0 winner, and that's the 3rd time this year that he has won a game 1-0, making career start number 21 against the Brewers. He's got a 10-6 record against the Brew Crew with a .219 earned run average. This guy is one of the best in the business.
So Wainwright will match up against Willie Peralta. Here's how the Cardinals will line up defensively. It is brought to you by Menards. And they've made some changes. Alan Craig traded away, so Taveras will be the regular right fielder from here on out. And our first look at A.J. Pierzynski as the Cardinal catcher as well.
Yep, Yadier Molina out. He's going to be out for an extended period of time, so they picked up A.J. Pierzynski. You could classify that as a trading deadline deal. Oscar Taveras, one of the reasons that Alan Craig became expendable. They want this young man to get out there and play.
All right, we're ready to play ball here. Wainwright is ready to go. Carlos Gomez settles into the box. And game 1 of this 3-game series is underway. Wainwright dealing strike 1. Gomez, Lucroy, and Braun will start it for the Brew Crew. Milwaukee coming off a key win on Wednesday, beating David Price and the Rays. Turns out David Price's last career start in Tampa Bay, or at least for now. He's now in Detroit, and maybe that victory for the Brewers sent the Rays into the trade deadline frenzy as Gomez skies one to center field. That's Peter Burgess there to make the play, and that's how the night begins for Adam Wainwright.
I mentioned that Wainwright won his last start 1-0, but the start before that, he got pounded pretty good against the Rays. Lasted only 4 2/3 innings, gave up 6 runs, one of his worst starts of his career. When you look at Adam Wainwright, he's been around a while. He's got a 3.11 career earned run average.
Well, it's his 22nd start of the year, his second against Milwaukee. Pitched very well against the Brewers in his only appearance this year. That was the Saturday before the All-Star break. And he picked up a win that day against the Brew Crew. Lucroy back in the 2 spot today, back behind the plate as well after Maldonado's big day offensively against David Price and the Rays, driving in 4 runs on Wednesday. Lucroy played first base, and he's back in there in his most comfortable position for this Cardinals series. Lucroy comes in batting .306, 12 home runs, 50 runs batted in for the Brewer catcher and the all-star starter. The injury to Yadier Molina allowed Lucroy to start the game.
And Brewers offense still sputtering a bit. Had it not been for Maldonado on Wednesday against the Rays, it would have been another rough day at the office offensively for these guys. Top of the order has got to get going again. Bottom of the order did most of the damage on Wednesday against Tampa Bay.
Now Lucroy, despite his recent troubles, still is 5th in the league in batting, hitting .306. Tulowitzki, the league leader, hitting .340. He's injured, however. It'll be interesting to see if he can continue. And Lucroy muscles one foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Jonathan. Lucroy still 2nd in the league in doubles, trailing Paul Goldschmidt, who has 39. Lucroy has 34. And a bat the Brewers would love to get going here in St. Louis. Wainwright deals the 3-2. Lucroy hits it sharply, but right at Colton Wong, and there is out number 2.
As you would imagine, not too many of these Brewers have had a whole lot of success against Adam Wainwright. He has been good for a long time. 2010, a 20-game winner. He was 19-9 last year. He just continues to put together solid outings.
Ryan Braun will bat with 2 away. First visit here in St. Louis for the Brewers since late April. Closed the month of April here in St. Louis. Took 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals in that series. They lost the final game, and that's what ended April at a 20-win, 8-loss start to the season. Braun, a .287 hitter. He's been mired in a long slump himself. He went into that Rays series up over 300. .287 coming out of it. 14 home runs, 61 driven in. He's the club leader in RBIs.
Hit into bad luck in Tampa Bay, though. I mean, it's a ball hard. Line drives, deep fly balls, a cavernous ballpark. This ballpark you think is not going to play very small tonight, the way the weather has been.
Braun was 0 for 12 in that Rays series. And he lines one left field, foul. Just got out ahead of it off the end of the bat.
Got to take advantage of pitches like that from Wainwright. He's not going to do it too often. Hanging curveballs. You don't see many of them. Fastball, curveball. He'll cut his fastball, and he's around the plate with just about everything. He's only walked 34 hitters so far this year in 149 2/3 innings.
2nd in the league in earned run average behind Kershaw. Tied with Kershaw for the league lead in wins. And he strikes out Ryan Braun to end the inning. So Wainwright goes 1, 2, 3 with a K, and now it's Willie Peralta's turn on the mound. He's looking for win 13. Showers. Brewers go in order in the first against Wainwright. And now Mike Matheny ready to turn in his lineup against Willie Peralta. Matheny trying to make it 3 for 3 in postseason appearances as a manager. His Associated Bank batting order looks like this, with Carpenter, Wong, and Holliday at the top of the order. Matt Adams, Johnny Peralta, A.J. Pierzynski in the middle. Oscar Taveras, Peter Borges, and Adam Wainwright will round it out. And there is Willie Peralta. He has pitched well, emerging as an ace, and looking for win number 13, which would join him with Wainwright and Kershaw at the top of the National League.
And he's on a roll. He's won 8 of his last 9 decisions. That's how good he's been. His last 3, a 137 earned run average. Last time out against the Mets, 2 runs in 5 2/3. Brewers have won his last 3 starts. And the Brewers, when he's on the mound, seem to be able to pick up runs. They've supported him with a number of runs this year.
And his 2 starts against St. Louis, the Brewers have scored 16 runs. AT&T U-verse Rewind. Peralta's had 2 very good starts against the Cardinals, especially the one right before the All-Star break, which could go down as one of the key starts, key moments of the year, as the Brewers beat the Cardinals 11-2 and went into the All-Star break with a 1-game lead.
Yeah, he beat the Cardinals, then beat Cincinnati before winning his last time out against the Mets. And has had very good success, you could see, against the Cardinals this year. Overall, 3-3 in his career and 6 starts against St. Louis.
Matt Carpenter leads the way for St. Louis. All-star third baseman. Brewers have handled him pretty well so far. He's hitting just 156 against Milwaukee. Overall batting 286. 6 home runs, 38 runs batted in. Brewers made a bit of an adjustment in their starting rotation. Jimmy Nelson's going to be pushed back a day. Actually going to be pushed back a few days. He'll pitch on Tuesday. A blister on his middle finger of his right hand, his pitching hand. So Nelson's going to have his turn essentially skip to the rotation, and using the off day, Kyle Loesch and Matt Garza will start the remaining 2 games of this series.
Not a bad idea anyway, splitting up the 2 power right-handers. Peralta, Nelson, very similar styles, and when you have them back-to-back in the same series, I prefer to split them up a little bit.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Carpenter, leading off the first, and he swings and fouls it back. St. Louis coming back from the West Coast. Cardinals finished their series against San Diego yesterday afternoon. They had a 6-2 win against the Padres yesterday, as Peralta just misses and Carpenter is aboard with a walk. So a leadoff walk to a very tough hitter in Matt Carpenter, and the Cardinals have a man on to start it.
Oh, and a pretty good pitch, huh? A little bit low, maybe. Didn't miss by much, but I guess according to Fox Tracks, it was off the plate.
That's Greg Gibson calling the balls and strikes tonight.
Wainwright was peeking in on Gibson in the top of the first inning. I think he might have thrown a couple of strikes that were called out of the strike zone.
Here's Colton Wong, who hurt the Brewers badly in that series in Milwaukee. Showed the power bat, a couple of home runs in that series.
Only got 6, but showed good power at Miller Park.
Yeah, 2 of them coming against the Brew Crew. St. Louis dropped 2 out of 3 to San Diego in the last series they played. The Brewers are coming into this series having dropped 2 out of 3 to the Tampa Bay Rays, but both teams winning the finale of their series. Brewers enjoyed the day off yesterday. Renicky said a much needed day off, and as they try to get their bullpen put back together with injuries and a little bit of fatigue, Brewers are looking forward to another day off on Monday.
Yeah. They come in bunches sometimes. Not sure if you need them like that, but sometimes that's the way it turns out. You get 2 days off in what, a span of 5 days, and then you go 20 straight. without a day off. Every team goes through it.
Now the Brewers have a key stretch coming up when they head to San Francisco. That starts a run of 17 in a row. Brewers will play 13 consecutive games, starting with the Giants at home on Tuesday after the off day Monday. Long in the air to center field. That ball's pretty well hit. Gomez is going back and with room makes the catch for the out. And a good thing you're in this ballpark tonight under cooler conditions than you normally see here in August.
Yeah, and sometimes you get that humidity. It's not, the ball's not going to carry as well. Plus, hit at the dead center. Let's check out your Menards Brewers defense for tonight. Davis, Gomez, and Braun in the outfield. You got Ramirez, Segura, Ilian Herrera getting his first start this year at second base. So Herrera at second, Overbay at first, and Jonathan Lucroy back behind home plate.
Well, Herrera excited to get his chance here tonight. Scooter Gennett, a late scratch from the starting lineup, and is available to hit, as Telly reported, but they'd rather not use him tonight if possible. But he will be available if need be. And that finger's going to be sore for a couple of days, and probably see Herrera or Ricky Weeks in there tomorrow. The Cardinals have Masterson going tomorrow, another right-hander and a sinker baller. Renicky likes Herrera in there as a left-handed batter.
Just after coming off that quad strain, Gennett once again not available. At least to start tonight. You like as many left-handed bats in that lineup as you can against Wainwright. He's tough against everybody, but particularly tough against right-handers.
Peralta facing Matt Holliday. Got a runner at first, a leadoff walk. And Holliday beats one into the ground, scooped up by Ramirez. Goes to first, his only play, and there is out number 2. Thought for a moment about second base. Carpenter got a great jump, and that would have been bang bang.
And you can look at second base and change your mind and go to first with Holliday getting down the line, not that fast. Ramirez looking to see if he had a shot at a double play, didn't, but got the out at first. Always know who's running. That's the most important thing. Know who's getting down that line. Get a sense for how much time you have.
Ramirez back in the lineup after he was the DH on Wednesday. Here's Matt Adams now with 2 outs. Scoreless here in St. Louis, just underway. Glad to have you with us tonight. Adams has been a Brewer killer. He and Alan Craig. I think the Brewers, while they're going to have to face John Lackey, are very pleased that Alan Craig will not be in the lineup to do his typical damage against the Milwaukee Brewers.
I'm not sure about the numbers. It always seemed like Alan Craig was up driving in runs, big hits, not just against the Brewers, but how many times the Brewers are going to have to deal with Lackey? Maybe 2-3 times, maybe.
Huge numbers from Adams in his brief career. 21 games is all, and he's driven in 18 runs, has 7 homers during that stretch. Two and nothing on Adams. Got Johnny Peralta due up next. Cardinals threatening here in the first inning. And it's 3-0. Now Willie has already surpassed his career high in victories with his last win. Peralta won his 12th game of the year. He was 11-15 last year. The season last year pretty much split between first half and second half. A much different pitcher in the second half of last season, and that's the pitcher we've seen all season this season. And Adams draws a walk. So on 4 consecutive pitches, Peralta issues his second walk of the inning, and that'll bring up Johnny Peralta with 2 on and 2 out.
Ordinarily, you can tell when Peralta is going to have a good outing when he's able to throw that slider for strikes. Hasn't thrown a breaking pitch yet. It's been all fastballs. 2 seamers, mid-90s. Got to keep the baseball down against this group.
A battle of Peraltas here. No relation. Willie and Johnny. And Peralta misses with a slider. Peralta signing with the Cardinals, and he's given them a nice boost offensively. 14 home runs, 44 driven in.
I just saw those numbers against Milwaukee this year. Wow.
Crowded him inside. 2-0 the count. Peralta had some great years with the Detroit Tigers. Cardinals have been looking for a shortstop for a long time. Had a revolving door out there at the shortstop position. And that one misses. 3 balls, no strikes on Peralta.
Pitches are moving a lot for Willie. That two-seam fastball getting a lot of movement, maybe too much right now. Not able to find the plate with it. Not that he's trying to be too fine, just the movement on his pitches is why he's missing right now.
2 on, a 3-0 count. See if Peralta has the green light. And he takes all the way and takes a strike. Cardinals have had a lack of offense at their shortstop position, producing a total of 12 home runs the last 2 years. Peralta has 14 already this season, and is the 8th different opening day shortstop for the Cardinals in 8 consecutive seasons. And he takes ball 4, and the bases are loaded. 3 walks in the inning. And the Cardinals are a swing away from doing big damage here in the first, as Rick Kranitz is out for an early visit with Willie Peralta.
We really haven't seen this type of problem with Willie much this year. Only 36 walks coming in 131 in the 3rd inning. So he's been throwing strikes, and why wouldn't you when you have movement like Willie's had? 3 walks against the Mets his last time out, and 2 against the Reds the time before, already 3.
He's only walked 3 or more in a game on 5 different occasions, and he's walked 3 in this inning.
And you don't have to be a genius to realize you can't fall too far behind Adam Wainwright. He doesn't give up too many runs. He's a big hitter early on for Willie Peralta.
And it'll be one of the newer Cardinals, A.J. Pierzynski. Pierzynski got his Cardinal career started with a bang. He had 3 hits in his first game with St. Louis. Released by the Red Sox. Pierzynski signed last Saturday. Had 3 hits and an RBI in his Cardinals debut. Hit .254 with 4 home runs, 31 runs batted in Boston. Brewers saw Pierzynski as a Red Sox earlier this year in April. The first road trip of the season. Pierzynski, little jam shot. Herrera's going back, and makes the catch for the out. And Herrera, nice running catch into the deep outfield grass. Bases left stranded. Out of a bases loaded jam. Friday night here in St. Louis. Don't forget tomorrow MLB on Fox Sports 1 returns. Baseball's premier rivalry, the Yankees and the Red Sox, and some new look players in that series. Special coverage beginning at 2 p.m. Central. It's only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Baltimore right now sets the pace in the AL East. Boston is looking ahead to next year. Yankees still within shouting distance, 5.5 back, and certainly in the picture in the wild card as well. Baltimore has been impressive, and they have maintained their lead in the division. They just took 2 out of 3 from the Angels. Aramis Ramirez starts it for the Brew Crew. Wainwright back to work after a tidy 3-up, 3-down first inning. Just 13 pitches for Wainwright in the first.
It's going to be interesting. Right after the Brewers leave, Boston comes in here to St. Louis. Alan Craig, Joe Kelly right back at it here at Busch Stadium. An interesting reaction from the crowd here.
Yeah, by all accounts, some of the writers here who follow the Cardinals daily, the broadcasters who cover them, say that was a bit of a disruptive move in the Cardinal clubhouse. As Ramirez turns that one around deep left center field. That is way back, and it's gone. It hits the top of the wall and bounces out of here. Aramis Ramirez, number 13 on the year. 3rd career against Adam Wainwright.
Yeah, he is one of the few guys that has had good success against Wainwright, coming in a .380 hitter against Wainwright. Got a pitch out over the plate and got just enough of it to hop it off the top of the fence and on out of here. And fastball middle in, and put a nice swing on it and hit it just far enough to give the Brewers a 1-0 lead. There's a good start. So Willie Peralta gets out of a bases loaded jam, and Aramis Ramirez is able to give him a 1-0 lead.
And swinging away on the 3-0 pitch, his 3rd career home run on a 3-0 count for Aramis Ramirez. And that is a shot the Brewers needed to start this game. At the back of the padding on the top of the wall and out into the Brewers bullpen.
Yeah, now 20 for 51 against Adam Wainwright. Not too many guys in the league that could say that. Not against this guy.
Chris Davis comes in with 17 home runs, 2nd behind Mark Reynolds in that category. Rolls over one, big bouncer over to 3rd base, and it's bobbled by Carpenter, and Davis will reach. That was going to be a tough play, but if he comes up with it cleanly, he's got a shot in and out. He did not, and Davis will reach, and we'll see how they score that one.
He had it in his hand for a split second and lost it when he was trying to get a grip on it to make the throw. Well, he had a beat on it, got the glove on it, and just lost a handle as he was getting ready to throw the baseball. That'll be an E5.
Carpenter the error. Davis is aboard, and Lyle Overbay coming up.
Yeah, Cardinals coming in the 2nd fewest errors in all the National League. That was only their 55th error. They're 3rd in the NL in fielding percentage. They don't make many mistakes out there.
Well, we'll see if Overbay can help cash it in, getting the start against Adam Wainwright today. Hasn't been a firm platoon with Ron Renicky concerning Overbay and Reynolds. He's typically played the hot bat, and while Overbay has never started against a left-handed pitcher, Reynolds will occasionally start against right-handers. And we saw that in Tampa Bay, and Reynolds is on a nice run right now at the plate, hitting home runs, has 4 homers in his last 5 starts.
A lot of it has to do with the matchups. I mean, if Renicky has a pitcher out there that he feels as though will be extra tough on right-handed batters, like an Adam Wainwright. I mean, right-handers only hitting about $160 against Wainwright so far this year. Whereas lefties aren't much better, about 237.
And a big swing and a miss on that signature curveball from Adam Wainwright. Overbay hasn't seen a whole lot of Wainwright. He's just 1 for 3 career against him, spending most of his days in the American League and no real interleague matchups during his time in Toronto and then last year with New York. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. And there's that curveball again. This time Overbay takes it. 2-2. Arguably the best right-handed curveball in the game. And then the guy he is tied with in the National League for victories, Clayton Kershaw. I don't think there's any argument that he has the best left-handed curveball in the game.
Maybe the best right-handed pitcher, period, in the game. I mean, the way he's been going about his business. Adam Wainwright has had scoreless appearances, scoreless starts in 10 of 21 before today. Almost half of his starts this year have been scoreless, has not allowed a single run.
He's 32 years of age, 6'7", 235. And a horse in every way you want to look at it. Innings, victories, ERA, Gabe Kapler's FIP, however you want to break it down on all the metrics.
Gabe Kapler's what?
FIP, as Overbay draws the walk. And now 2 on. So Overbay able to lay off that big curveball from Wainwright. I was just thinking of Gabe Kapler because the last time the Brewers faced Adam Wainwright was a game we did on Fox Sports 1 when I did with Gabe, and he was.
And what was the stat you were talking about?
Fielder's independent pitching. It takes away errors and things like that. So it's
pretty complicated.
It's a metric, not really. It's a metric that kind of takes away all the things that pitchers can't control. Rob.
Once you saw, you brought it up.
So 2 on now, and here's Segura swinging away at the first pitch. Fly ball, foul territory, and that's out of play. I guess my point with Wainwright is
he's good.
Working with an old schooler like you and a new schooler like Gabe Kapler. Any way you want to break the numbers down, he is one of the best in the game.
It was only the 5th home run he's allowed this year. The one that Aramis just hit. 3rd in the league in opponent batting average at .205. Yeah, that's a pretty good career right there.
Segura drops a bunt down. It's a good one. Barehanded throw to first is in time. That was a nice play by Carpenter. And he had to be perfect with the pickup and exchange to get the speedy Segura.
That was a heck of a bunt, too. Good idea by Gene Segura to try and play as many runs as you can when you get an opportunity. Nobody out, first and second. You drop down the bunt. If you get to beat it out, that's just a bonus. And now Ilian Herrera has an opportunity to play another one.
Sacrifice bunt for Segura. Goes 5-3. And it's the Cardinal killer, Ilian Herrera. Had his best day of his life against St. Louis. 5 for 5. And you can't blame Wainwright for not wanting to pitch to him here, Rock.
Yeah.
Probably has nothing to do with Peralta coming up.
And then again, you take it out of the hands of the pitcher. It's one of those where, pitch to him, see if he's going to chase out of the strike zone. Mike Matheny said, no, put him on. We're going to face the pitcher. They'd rather face Peralta Gomez than Herrera Peralta in this situation.
So Herrera draws the walk. What a day he had. Southwest Airlines non-stoppable play. Carlos Martinez, who's now back in AAA for the Cardinals. And Herrera with 5 hits in a Brewers 11-2 win right before the All-Star break that sent the Crew into the break with a 1-game lead, and they've been able to add a game since coming out of the All-Star break. Herrera said it was at that point he felt like he was contributing and part of the ball club. It takes a day like that.
Maldonado had one yesterday, or I should say Wednesday, right? Your bench players contributing, having big days.
Well, the inning started with a home run by Ramirez. Davis reaches on an error. Overbay walks, then an intentional walk to Herrera. Bases loaded, 1 out. Willie Peralta at the plate. The pitchers keep telling me that Peralta's due to hit 1 out. And if he was going to do it, this would be a great time to do it. Still looking for his first. Anything but a double play here. And that one is going to be caught. Throw to first, and Herrera's doubled up. Man, that can't happen. Not on a ball like that. Elian Herrera gets doubled off first base. Inexplicably. Inning over.
But it's a line drive, a soft line drive at that. Not sure where Herrera's going, and he gets doubled off easily. So a quick throw by Johnny Peralta, and leaving Carlos Gomez in the on deck circle. Could have been 2 outs with Carlos coming up. End of inning.
Instead, Peralta back on the mound.
I can only think perhaps, I'm not sure why he would have, but maybe thought that ball bounced first. But I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. That ball was hit right at Peralta. It's not like it was a great catch.
And that one belongs to the player. You can't put that on the coaching staff. You could almost see just the body language of Garth Orge. He was screaming, "Get back, get back."
And by that time, it's too late anyway.
So let's see if that will cost the Brewers. Hope not. Maddening base running maneuver right there by Elian Herrera. All right, here we go to the bottom of the second. Peralta getting out of a bases loaded jam in the first inning, and he'll face the bottom 3 in the order: Oscar Taveras, Peter Borges, and Adam Wainwright. Now, Taveras has been here in the big leagues with the Cardinals, sharing time in right field. He's been playing a little center field as well. But now that Alan Craig has been traded away and the Red Sox assuming that big contract, the door is open for Taveras. Foul territory, and Ramirez will make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, Taveras and Matt Adams, because Craig was a first baseman / right fielder, play him in left field, but Adams was playing every day anyway. So you put the pressure on the young man out in right field, they're going to give him a shot in a pennant race.
A lot of trade talk surrounding Taveras, thinking he might be traded for a big name like a Lester or a David Price. John Mozeliak, the Cardinals general manager, said that was not the case. We inquired but never got to that point. Tavares kind of fits into the ideology behind the Brewers and Jimmy Nelson. As Borges takes a ball, 2-0 the count.
Man, a lot of teams inquiring about Nelson. Untouchable for the Brewers.
Quickly 3-0, and already a number of 3-0 counts for Willie Peralta, facing just his 8th batter, and that's the 4th 3-ball no strike count so far today, and he walks him on 4 straight. The 4th walk already by Peralta.
Well, nothing says summer like Brewers baseball in the State Fair. Get one Terrace Reserve ticket to a select Brewers game and one general admission ticket to the Wisconsin State Fair presented by U.S. Cellular. That's for just $15. Visit brewers.com/state fair.
Bernie hanging out on the park bench. Got a little cream puff there in his mustache. Looking forward to the State Fair. Always a great time in Milwaukee. Adam Wainwright now with a runner at first and 1 out. Very good hitting pitcher, Wainwright. A .217 batting average coming into play today.
And if not, he will drop down a bunt.
Might be up there to do that. He does square early. And he pushes the bunt. A good one. Peralta's only play is first. And so Wainwright with a sacrifice bunt, out number 2. And the speedy Borges ends up at second base. Top of the order, Matt Carpenter. The Brewers will have one more trip here to St. Louis in September. That starts that run against the National League Central. September 16th through the 18th. And the Cardinals come to Miller Park for a 4-game series just a week and a half before that, September 4th through the 7th.
That's the way it should be, right?
Yeah.
Go down to the wire, play teams in your division that you're competing with.
One thing to note about the Cardinals' schedule, and by no means disrespecting the Cubs or the Diamondbacks, but St. Louis gets to finish, albeit on the road, against Chicago at Wrigley and against Arizona in Phoenix. That's how their season will end.
Cubs play the Cardinals tough, though.
They do.
They really do. I mean, over the years, last few years.
It's a great rivalry.
Yeah.
Who knows what you're going to get in September as Carpenter bounces one to Herrera, scoops it up, and takes care of Carpenter for the out, and that will retire the side. So Peralta strands another runner in scoring position. 2 shutouts thus far, and it's 1-0. are dissipating and the sun making for a very picturesque Busch Stadium. Brewers lead 1-0 on a home run by Ramirez. Our Carsoup.com trivia question tonight: which two players did the Braves acquire when they traded Adam Wainwright to St. Louis December of 2003, preparation for the 04 season? And you can scramble to Baseball Reference to find out, or you can take a guess at it. That was a trade the Braves still regret. And an Atlanta native, Adam Wainwright. Carlos Gomez leads off. Flew out to center field in the first. Brewers left 2 on in the second. And a base running mistake cost him a double play as Gomez sends it high in the air to left. And not the distance it needed as Holiday puts it away.
Just missed it a little bit out in front. And Carlos waits back just a little bit longer. He's got pretty good wood on that pitch. Another hanging curveball from Wainwright. He's hung a couple of them in this game.
Well, the Cardinals are going to unveil 2 of their newest pitchers the next 2 days. Wainwright still certainly at the top. Masterson, coming from the Indians, will start tomorrow. It'll be his first start in a while. He's been on the disabled list with a knee injury a little over a month. And then John Lackey, who pitched very well against St. Louis in the World Series last year. Lackey is in uniform and he'll get Sunday's game. Cardinals were busy. The Brewers acquiring Gerardo Parra, who is in uniform tonight, if you're just picking us up. There's a shot back up the middle. Jonathan Lucroy rings one back up the box. And a 1-out single here for the Brew Crew.
That's Jonathan Lucroy. That's his game right there, shooting everything up the middle to the opposite field. A bit of a stretch where he hasn't been picking up the hits, hasn't really been centering on baseballs. Every hitter goes through it. Put a good swing on that pitch. That's a pretty good spray chart right there. That's why he's so tough to defend. Tough to pitch to, tough to defend. You can't shift on him because of that.
So Lucroy is aboard with 1 away. Here's Ryan Braun. Struck out his first time up. Wainwright with 1 K. He's walked 2. One of those was an intentional walk last inning. And a strike to Braun. Some of the notable trades: David Price, that was a 3-way trade with the Rays, the Mariners, and the Tigers. Austin Jackson, a big piece for Seattle, who is trying to push their way into the wild card spot. And Price joins an incredible rotation with the Detroit Tigers. And that Lester move to Oakland, I think that surprised everyone. Billy Beane not just trading away a big prospect, but trading away his cleanup hitter.
Right.
In Cespedes, and picking up John Lester. That's a very formidable
and Johnny
rotation.
Gomes.
Yep, Johnny Gomes going back to Oakland.
Remember Jeff Samardzija, Jason Hamill, that trade with the Cubs, that was earlier in July. That's not a bad rotation either.
Oh, and 2 the count on Braun. Upstairs for a ball. Those are just some of the notable trades. There were many others. A fury of trading activity. And very fun day yesterday if you're a baseball fan, to watch all of that trade activity go down. And good old-fashioned baseball trades where you're seeing a lot of recognizable names. Not just big names for prospects. Braun waves and misses, and down he goes. Second strikeout for Wainwright. They have both come against Ryan Braun.
And both of them on fastballs.
Here's Aramis Ramirez. Now Wainwright with Lucroy at first. Fell behind Ramirez 3-0 in the second inning, last inning. And Ramirez had the green light. Sent one out of here to deep left center. Lows never stop improving. Aramis Ramirez, how about that career against Adam Wainwright?
Crazy.
20 hits, 3 of them homers. He's hitting nearly 400 against one of the game's best pitchers.
Just one of those guys for Ramirez. I mean, he sees the ball well against Wainwright.
That ball's hit deep into left center field, way back there. Lucroy is on the run. That ball's at the base of the wall, and Lucroy is going to try to score. Here comes the throw to the plate. Lucroy is in there, scoring from first, and it's 2-0 Brewers.
Well, not much of a throw from Johnny Peralta out there in short left field. Well, I thought they had a shot at Lucroy. Ed Cedar being very aggressive with 2 outs. Ramirez puts a charge into another one, almost the same pitch that he hit out of the ballpark his last time up. This one at the base of the wall. And check out the throw by Peralta. He has nothing on that throw right there. A couple of hops, and that's why Lucroy is able to score. Well, that really highlights what Gene Segura can do out there at shortstop. And you see Ed Cedar not even thinking twice. And because not much of a throw on the relay, he's able to score run number 2.
2-0 Brewers on a 2-out RBI double by Ramirez. And now it's Chris Davis. And how many catchers in the league are able to score from first base on a drive like that? Just a handful. Well, Davis trying to add to it here. He's got Ramirez at second. Ramirez had a good day against David Price on Wednesday. A couple of hits, and he has responded against Adam Wainwright with 2 hits and 2 runs batted in. Oh, 0-2 to Davis, and a swing and a miss. Down he goes on the curveball. 3rd strikeout for Wainwright, but the Brewers strike with 2 outs, and Aramis Ramirez continues his incredible hitting against Adam Wainwright. 2 hits, 2 RBIs tonight. Lucroy from first, and it's 2-0. To the bottom of the 3rd. Fox Sports supports Special Olympics, and now you can get involved as well. Take the ultimate Lambeau leap on Saturday, August 9th. Rappel down Lambeau Field to help raise funds for Special Olympics Wisconsin. Plus, stop by the Fox Sports Wisconsin tent. Meet the Fox Sports Wisconsin girls. Visit foxsportswisconsin.com. Click on the upcoming events tab for details. Go over the edge in Green Bay. Aramis Ramirez having a night and taking down some of the best pitchers in the game over the last couple of days in Price and Wainwright, and the Brewers lead early. Peralta has not been sharp, but he has 2 scoreless, hitless innings on the board despite walking 4. facing Colton Wong, and there's a first pitch breaking ball, a little get over slider from Peralta for strike one.
Yeah, haven't thrown too many of those so far, but I don't think it's so much Willie's trying to be too fine on the corners. It's just his fastball is moving quite a bit. And a two-seam fastball, sometimes when it doesn't get right on top of it, it's going to tail, as opposed to getting that sink when he gets on top, and sometimes it moves too much right out of the strike zone.
Wong hit a deep fly ball in the first inning. Sent Gomez out to the warning track in center field. This is another guy the Cardinals are very high on, coming up through their minor league system. Very fast runner. He's one of the few stolen base threats the Cardinals have. But they had Mark Ellis in here, and he's was the insurance plan. But Colton Wong, since coming back from the DL, has been terrific for the Cardinals, and they're going to let it fly with Wong and Taveras as Peralta strikes him out, went back to the slider. And Wong is Peralta's first strikeout victim.
Hey, get your tickets today for the Brewers series with the Giants. That's Tuesday, August 5th through Thursday the 7th, as the Brewers look to continue their postseason push against the playoff contenders from the Bay Area. For tickets, call 414-902-4000 or go to Brewers.com. Giants been scuffling a little bit, not scoring runs.
Yeah, the Giants getting some disappointing news as Matt Cain has elbow problems. San Francisco has dropped 6 of their last 10. They have fallen to 3.5 back of the Dodgers in the National League West. The Dodgers are rolling right now. They've won 6 in a row. Best record in the National League, Los Angeles, at 62-47. And then the Brewers, the second best record, followed by the Nationals.
The Giants only made the one move, picking up Jake Peavy, starting pitcher.
Holiday, and it's a diving stop by Segura. Long throw, not in time. Great play by Segura to even have a chance at it, but Holiday will reach on an infield hit, the first hit of the night for the Cardinals.
And Holiday will surprise you when he can sniff a base hit. He can get down that line in pretty good shape. Turning off the afterburners, but look at Segura. I mean, this is a clean base hit in the left field with a lot of shortstops out there, but Holiday able to beat it at first base. Always makes everything interesting, does Gene Segura. Great range, terrific throwing arm.
Runner at first with one out for Matt Adams, who walked his last time up. He's swinging away here, got a chance to turn it. Herrera to Segura, fires to first in time for the double play. 4-6-3 double play gets Peralta out of the inning. Faces 3 batters, still 2-0. Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. And by Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine. Beautiful fountain at the History Museum, 4 miles from Busch Stadium here in St. Louis. You ever been there, Rock?
Exactly.
4 miles, right on the nose. It's a good walk.
Pretty good.
It's a walk over and a cab back. Lyle Overbay will lead off for the Brew Crew, up 2-0 on Wainwright and the Cardinals as we start the 4th. Did you get out for some of the sights in St. Louis today?
I walked around. Nice day to walk. No humidity. Relatively nice outside. Sun was out this morning.
Take a stroll down the Old Man, did you?
Yes, I did.
The big muddy.
Through Laclede's Landing and around the arch. Now, I was tempted to get in that line to go up into one of those tubes. I chickened out.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You're a big guy, and that's not much of a space up there at the top.
I know. I just couldn't do it.
It's bigger than it seems, but still, you might tilt the balance of something like that, and it's not worth risking. Bouncing ball to second. Wong out in the grass. Takes care of Overbay for the first out.
And there's always an electrical outage that you got to be concerned. We had one here in St. Louis today.
Yeah, they took the power down in downtown for a little while.
So yeah, you go up there, you're about halfway up, and I would not be able to handle that very well. And there's no stairs, is there?
No, you have to have power to get up and down. There's probably some kind of emergency way down, but I'll have to take your word for it.
Oh, I don't know.
Gene Segura with 1 away. Dropped down a sacrifice bunt. His last time up. And there's a curveball in there for a strike.
That big spike curveball from Adam Wainwright. Got a big break on it. Tough pitch to actually go up there and look for. He locates a fastball very well. He's got a little bit behind it, 92-93 with a cutter. Works quickly and throws everything for strikes.
Now, Segura has actually put up some pretty good numbers against Wainwright in his brief career against him. He's 3 for 7 lifetime. That includes a home run. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wainwright delivers and Segura strikes out. Back to the curve. Strikeout number 4. And 3 of the last 4 outs for Wainwright have been Ks.
Yeah, starting to get a better curveball. Hey, tonight's time of the game winner, Buckhorn Bar and Grill in Princeton. If they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, they get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a 2014 Brewers home game. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
As always, a lot of Brewers fans traveling here to St. Louis. They're easy to spot in the sea of red. We'll have another sellout tonight. Sounded like he broke his bat. Herrera did break his bat. We'll need a new one. Herrera was intentionally walked in the 2nd inning. And then a base running mistake might have cost the Brewers, getting doubled off on a soft line drive to end the inning and the threat against Wainwright. Herrera's a good hitter off the left side. He's a switch hitter, much more accomplished and comfortable as a left-handed batter. And you'll probably see playing time for Herrera dependent upon his at-bats against right-handed pitching.
Almost 300 as a lefty, 200 batting from the right side.
And about 40 more at-bats as a left-handed hitter. Leon coming to the Brewers from the Dodgers. Brewers signed him a non-roster invitee, and he made this ball club or impressed enough to eventually make it to the big leagues. He's had a couple of tours in Milwaukee, but every time he's gone back down to AAA, he's hit and he's played well, and he does give you something that very few do, and that's flexibility defensively as he flies to right. And a quick 1-2-3 inning for Adam Wainwright. Brewers go in order in the fourth. It's 2-0 Crew.
Newest Cardinals throughout the rest of this series, and the Brewers will also see their newest acquisition getting some playing time, according to Ron Renicky, at some point in this series. Gerardo Parra comes over from the Arizona Diamondbacks, and Ron Renicky made sure today he went to Chris Davis and told him that he was still this team's starting left fielder. And if you're wondering if you're going to see Parra in late game situations for defensive purposes, Ron Renicky said he really didn't feel like he would use him that way because, yes, he's a two-time Gold Glover, but he's also a good bat off the bench, and he doesn't want to lose that in order to just replace Davis in late inning situations. He said that hasn't been a problem so far this season, and he doesn't see it being one moving forward.
All right, Telly, thanks. And Telly brings up a great point about clubhouse roster management from a psychological perspective, and I thought it was fascinating that Renicky would have these types of conversations right away as Peralta bounces to short. Segura makes the play for out number one. But Rock, you've been a player, you know that feeling of when you're uncertain about where you stand with a manager. In the old school way, the manager would just expect you not to care or have to deal with it. Renicky's just the opposite, the great communicator that he is. He pulled all parties into his office. He defined all the roles, and he made sure that he specifically talked to Chris Davis about his role and his place on this ball club.
I don't think Gomez or Braun were too concerned, but a young guy like Chris Davis, had he not had the success that he's been having, ever since the end of April, really, I mean, maybe he would be concerned, but I think Davis pretty comfortable in his spot. But just to make sure, you want Davis to understand that, look, don't be looking behind your back. Just because you have a couple of offers does not mean you're going to be on the bench. And the role for Gerardo Parra is clear as well. He's going to start once in a while, but be the main guy off the bench on the left side of the plate. He's got some pop in his bat. He's a terrific defender. Two-time Gold Glover. Tremendous throwing arm. Not too many in the game have a better throwing arm as far as velocity and accuracy from the outfield than Parra.
Now the Brewers trading away two minor league prospects. One of them an outfielder, Mitch Haniger, who we saw a lot of this spring. Looks like a very good young player, but you got a proven commodity in Parra, and he is under contract for next year as well. So he'll be part of the Brewers organization for this pennant race and hopefully next year's pennant race. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Pierzynski. Thus far, the key at bat for Willie Peralta. Pierzynski in the first inning was up there with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and he popped up to second base.
Yeah, Willie able to get in on his hands.
In the air to center field. Gomez drifting back at the top of the arch. Mowed into the outfield grass for out number 2. The grass arch. How do they do that, Rock?
It's all rollers.
Beautiful.
It's all rollers, you know, out there. It all depends on how the rollers are, the direction that they go. That will give you the different shades of green out there, and it's an art form these days.
So from this angle, the arch is light green. From the other side,
the way we're looking at it,
it's dark green.
Right. See?
Wow. Dark green. Mark Vittorio, your Brewers television director.
Knew exactly where you were going with that.
That's impressive. It's just how the blades are laid down.
Right.
It is amazing, though, isn't it, that they can make it look just like the arch. You know how it starts a little bit wider, goes to a narrow point. This field looks as good as it has in a few years. Remember last year we were in here, they had a concert in the outfield and outfield grass was beat up, but this surface here right now is about as good as you can have it.
Yeah. And you haven't had a whole lot of rain here in St. Louis. You know, Missouri, kind of dry. They could use some rain here. Of course, they can get as much rain as they want once the Brewers leave.
Did have the tarp down before the game. No batting practice for either team on the field. Both teams hit in their respective cages under the dugouts. 2-2 to Taveras, and he fouls it off. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That man takes a healthy hack up there, doesn't he? Got a nice swing. He's had some impressive numbers down in the minor leagues. You figure it's going to take him a while to settle in at the major league level. 6'2", 200 pounds.
And he slaps that one down the line. Taveras thinking about 2, and that gets by Davis briefly, and Taveras will end up at second with a double. That was a good piece of hitting right there.
Sure, he was thinking about stopping around second base until he saw Chris have a problem down with it down on the line. And that's about as good as it gets. A sinker off the outside corner, not even a strike, and Davis lets it go through him. Not sure you can give an error on that. You know, the baseball, Davis, all got there at the same time against that wall.
Well, he is thought of as one of the best young hitters to come through the Cardinals organization in a long time. Some are even saying since Pujols. Doesn't go to left field very often yet, but his second hit is a double. It's a 2-out double. And here's Peter Borges, Cardinals' 8th place hitter, who walked his last time up. You got the pitcher Wainwright on deck. See how aggressive Peralta will be with Borges at the plate. Brewers up 2-0. Ramirez is driven in both runs, a home run and a double. The homer came to lead off the second inning, and Ramirez swinging away on a 3-0 pitch. The double was with 2 outs in the third inning.
And on a very similar pitch, just about the same spot. And hammered one right off the base of the fence out in left center.
2-0 on Borges. Bouncing ball to third base. Ramirez hustles it over to first, and the speedy Borges is retired to end the inning. Peralta 4 shutout against the Cardinals. We go to the 5th, 2-0. decked out in red. And division rivals going at it here. Brewers lead 2-0, up 2 games on the Cardinals in the National League Central. Back to our Carsoup.com trivia. Which 2 players did the Braves acquire when they traded Adam Wainwright to St. Louis? That was 03, leading up to the 04 season.
J.D. Drew and who?
J.D. Drew and Eli Marrero.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, Wainwright came to the Cardinals. Jason Marquis and Ray King, who spent a little time in Milwaukee. J.D. Drew was in Atlanta just 1 year. Had a good year for the Braves, but ended up leaving via free agency to the Dodgers and then ultimately the Red Sox. And his brother Steven just traded from the Red Sox to the Yankees and is in the lineup tonight for the Yankees. He just switched clubhouses.
Kind of the heir apparent to the captain over there in New York.
Ooh.
Kind of an unenviable spot.
Yeah, no kid. He's playing second base for the Yankees, which he has not played, Stephen Drew said, since he was in 10th grade. Willie Peralta will lead off. And a soft liner for an out turned into a double play his last time up. One ball, one strike. Gomez to follow. Top of the order is Peralta off the end of the bat. Routine fly ball for Taveras for out number 1. Don't forget, you can get interactive with us on the broadcast. Just tweet your photo using hashtag WisFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming telecast. It's all brought to you by AT&T. Did you send out a tweet today?
I did.
Nice. How'd it go? What was it about?
It was about an adult baseball camp that Rob Deere's running. Go to @Brewers Fan Camp. You want to check it out.
How old a fellow you got to be to be
an
a part of
adult?
it?
I guess 21 and over.
Oh, okay. 20. It's not like fantasy camp is 30, isn't it?
Right.
Voting age or drinking age? Fantasy camp, by the way.
There you go.
Run beautifully by Bill Schroeder for how many years now? 12. Brewers.com/fantasy camp. It's all set up January 18th through the 25th. Grass is green. Sky is blue.
Got a lot of registrations already. You know, I said the other day we got Darryl Hamilton on board.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Well, he's on board.
Oh, I thought you had an update for that.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, got him, Gantner, Augie, Cooper, Vaughn.
Gomez lines one to left field, a base hit. So Carlos Gomez 1 out of 3.
There's Darryl Hamilton, Hambone.
And Joe Block. Notice who's sitting in the back. Could you zoom out a little? Notice who's sitting on the back bench in the radio booth. Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that our guy?
Once a radio guy, always a radio guy. Matt LePay. Is that Red Schoendienst in there he's talking to?
He's looking for Uke.
And then he's stuck in there with Kent Sommerfeld and Matt LePay.
He's scolding Sammy because Uke's not there.
The great Red Schoendienst.
Yeah.
Telling a good story. I'd like to hear that one. How is it that Matt LePay ends up in the radio booth? He's hanging out with us tonight.
Got to have a chat with him.
Matt will be on the broadcast tomorrow and Sunday. See, we're right next to him. There's Nancy.
See, there's a lot of work going on the right side.
Look at our crew.
I mean, you got everybody working. Got the popcorn bags in the back.
And then these guys are like just like they're at the bar hanging out with Red Schoendienst.
It's pretty cool, though. That's
Very
the thing
cool.
about coming to this ballpark. I mean, you never know who you're going to run into. I mean, some Hall of Fame, Bob Gibson. You see Lou Brock once in a while.
A lot of tradition here, and they do a great job keeping that tradition going for the young Cardinal fans. Some of the great names. Tony La Russa just going into the Hall of Fame. Joe Torre managed here as well.
Wainwright spending a lot of time trying to disrupt the timing over there of Carlos Gomez, knowing that he might want to take off and steal a base. Holding the baseball, quickening his delivery a little bit, and because of that, he's fallen behind 2-0.
Lucroy whistled one back up the middle in the third. His first hit of the night, and now Gomez on his way to second on a balk by Wainwright.
A little flinch because he's worried about Carlos over there at first base. Here comes Matheny. Just wants to find out what he's doing. He's established the pitching rubber.
Yeah, he's on the rubber. So it's essentially a fake throw to first, right?
Yeah, he was on the rubber.
Yeah. Matheny feels like he was off the rubber. You can fake a throw to first as long as you disengage, but according to the umpire, he was engaged on the rubber with his right foot.
Looked like it. If he wasn't, it was very close.
So Matheny, the former Brewer catcher, on his way back to the dugout. First balk for Adam Wainwright since 2012.
Man, that's a big base right there. Now you got a couple of shots with a man in scoring position for the Brewers.
Lucroy in a 2-0 count with Gomez at second. I mean, Wainwright is such a poised pitcher, in control. Certainly shows up in his balk records. He's only had 3 balks in his career.
Doesn't get rattled out there for sure. But he thought he was off the pitching rubber. Umpire did not think so.
Well, the Brewers trying to cash one in. Scored a run in the second, added one in the third. Both ribbies by Ramirez. And Lucroy with Gomez at second. And one away in a 3-0 count. We'll see if he has the green light. Pickoff play. Long standing right there.
That's a nice little hole over there for Jonathan Lucroy. He's very good at using that hole between first and second with Wong where he is. It's got to be very enticing for Lucroy to just push one over there. Of course, you don't want to do that with a 3-0 count.
And it's ball 4. So Wainwright walks Lucroy. First and second now. Wainwright has issued 3 walks. 2 of those a straight up walk. The other was an intentional pass. And here comes Ryan Braun, who has struck out twice and is now 0 for his last 19 at the plate. Supremely confident Ryan Braun when confronted with the numbers of a slump. He always says he's one at bat closer to a hot streak.
Yeah.
And the Brewers could use a good at bat here with 2 on and just 1 out. Braun is the club RBI leader with 61. He's in the top 10 in the league in that category. Tied for 10th. And he shoots one into right field. That ball's well hit and it'll get down. And it one hops out. So Gomez will score. Lucroy has to stop at third base. And Ryan Braun makes it 3-0.
There you go.
RBI double into right center field. And that snaps an 0 for 19 for Braun.
On a hanging curveball. Up in his zone, out over the plate, and Braun didn't try and pull it. Wainwright had his success against Braun first 2 times up with fastballs. Able to get him on the inside corner, outside corner, swings and misses. Hung a curveball on the first pitch, and he roped it out there. One hopped over the fence.
Well, that is actually a bad break for Braun and the Brewers here. That ball, if it stays in, Lucroy is going to be able to score from first. Braun likely ends up with a triple. Instead, it's second and third with 1 out for Ramirez, who is 2 for 2 tonight. And in the second inning on a 3-0 pitch, Ramirez got a fastball, hit Powerball home run number 13 off the top of the fence. 13 homers, 49 RBIs at that point. He drove in his 50th ribby with a 2-out RBI double in the third. And that one's down the line, and it's kicked by Carpenter, and no play anywhere. He saves an extra base hit and likely 2 runs, but he's unable to get into his glove, and Ramirez will reach for the 3rd time.
Well, you can't blame Lucroy. That ball was hit pretty hard, and if he takes off and Carpenter catches it, he's an easy out at home plate. He does the right thing. He goes back. And that might be the 2nd error on Carpenter in this game, and they're going to give him a base hit. Hit hard on the backhand. He knocked it down. And credit Ramirez with a base hit.
So Ramirez with a single. He is now a triple away from the cycle. He's 3 for 3 against Adam Wainwright today. Bases loaded. Chris Davis at the plate. Here's a big at bat in the 5th inning. Davis a strikeout victim in the 3rd. Looking for his first career grand slam still. Just a couple of hits with the bases loaded this year. And you know Wainwright's thinking strikeout. Ooh, Davis had a big cut on a slow breaking ball, and it's 1-1.
And that's the pitch that Wainwright got Chris Davis his last time up, breaking ball in the dirt.
Three nothing Brewers. Wainwright delivers, and it's in the dirt. Pierzynski blocks it. Kind of an emergency stab at it behind the plate, and it stays in front.
And cut fastball that Wainwright spiked down there. That hit 2 different spots. Finally on the right shoulder. You don't see Adam Wainwright miss that badly with a cut fastball. He did.
Keeps the bases loaded with 1 out. 2 balls and a strike, and Davis waves and misses. And breaking ball's got his number.
Can't figure it out. Can't see it out of his hand. 2-2. 2 balls, 1 strike off the plate. And gets the count to even.
He's trying to at least get one in the air to the outfield. Best arm out there is in right field with Taveras. Had a good cut there. Davis fouls it back.
I'll tell you, this outfield play is pretty shallow.
And they were creeping in right before the pitch came.
Yeah, I mean, you got Borges in center, Taveras in right. These guys are really shallow out there. And I'll tell you, Davis had plenty of power to the opposite field. Surprising.
Trying to hang tough here with 2 strikes. 2-2. And down he goes. Davis strikes out. That is a big out for Adam Wainwright. Second time he has struck out Davis. That's number 5 on the night.
And every one of them curved balls, every one of them out of the strike zone.
Well, now it's going to take a 2-out hit. Here's Lyle Overbay.
That base hit here, and boy, the Brewers are going to be sitting pretty. Got to get another run in.
Overbay is 3 for 3 this year with the bases loaded, including a grand slam. A .296 career hitter in spots like this. High and tight from Wainwright. Second time the Brewers have loaded the bases against Wainwright, whose pitch count is at 80. He's given up 6 hits. He's walked 3. The Brewers hung 4 runs and 3 earned runs on David Price on Wednesday. There's a little jam shot, and that's going to be caught, and the inning is over. Boy, that is a big opportunity lost. The Brewers strand the bases loaded. They do score 1, and they lead 3-0.
The Crooner community. Brewers Community Foundation is doing big things for everyday people, like giving college scholarships to hardworking kids, constructing homes for deserving families, providing dental care for children in need, and refurbishing neighborhood baseball fields, to name a few. Organizations that focus on health, education, recreation, and basic needs are supported throughout the season by BCF, players, sponsors, and other supporters. When we all play on the same team, everyone wins.
Telly, thanks. Here we go to the bottom of the fifth. Wainwright will lead off. Peralta pitching well. Wainwright turns on one, and that ball hooks foul. Adam Wainwright going up there hacking. And it is a long, loud strike. 9-1-2 coming up for the Cardinals. This is one of those nights you got to check your glass, right, Rock?
Yeah, right.
Half full or half empty?
It could be a lot better, but hey, 3 runs against Adam Wainwright in 5 innings. I'll take that right now.
3 runs on 6 hits. The Brewers have twice loaded the bases after runs have scored and have not managed any more runs.
The other thing is they're getting that pitch count up there pretty good.
Yeah, up over 80 for Wainwright.
But the guy's not one of the best in the business for nothing. I mean, even though he doesn't have his great stuff tonight, he's been able to minimize the damage. Sitting at 81 pitches in 5 innings.
One and two to Wainwright, and Peralta missing with a breaking ball, showing Wainwright a little respect. I've always felt, Wainwright's a good hitter and all, and a guy you have to pay attention to, but anybody with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball has an advantage with a pitcher at the plate. Back up the middle. Segura ranging over, scoops and throws him out. What a play.
Look easy. Yeah, he's something else. Say what you want about his offense. He's had a rough year at the plate, but this guy, how many runs does this guy save? This is going to be a base hit. He gets to it. He's always on balance and able to get off a good throw to first base and gets Adam Wainwright easily. Guy's got incredible range, incredible balance, and a great throwing arm. Always accurate.
Garth Orge, the Brewers infield coach, just raves about Segura's defense, about his range, his body control, how he's able to, maybe as quick as anyone Garth has ever seen, get himself into a throwing position and the ability to throw it with something on it.
I think his size has a lot to do with that. I mean, he's not a tall guy for a shortstop.
Carpenter beats one into the ground to Herrera. There is out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Peralta.
Hey, all fans at Miller Park on Friday, August 8th, as the Brewers kick off their series against the Dodgers, will get a free vintage Brewers t-shirt featuring the Barrelman logo, courtesy of Orbis Corporation. Call 414-902-4000 or go to brewers.com.
Two up, 2 down. Here is Colton Wong, who is 0 for 2. Deep fly ball out in the first, and then Peralta struck him out in the third. That's Peralta's lone K tonight. Kind of wrestled through the first 2 innings, walking 4 batters. Was in 3-0 counts 4 times to the first 8 hitters he faced. But he has settled down. He's given up 2 hits, has the 1 strikeout, and no runs at this point.
Yeah, looking for his first 3 up, 3 down inning. It's all about the slider for Willie. He's all of a sudden he found it. He didn't throw hardly any in the first inning. Trying to establish the fastball. Couldn't find a strike with that pitch. And ever since the second inning, he's been mixing in the slider, and his fastball's been much better.
Two and one on the Cardinals' second baseman. And that is a foul tip into the mitt of the catcher, Lucroy. That was actually a 2-2 count, I beg your pardon. A strikeout. And the inning ends in a 1-2-3 frame for Peralta. Brewers lead 3-0 as we head to the 6th. And the Brewers coming up against Adam Wainwright. Well, as promised earlier in the broadcast, we have the AT fan photo of the game. And it comes from Ashley, a dog in a Brewer shirt. Don't forget to use the hashtag WizFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming broadcast. Yeah, Brewers fans enjoying the night so far. 3 runs on 6 hits for Milwaukee. And a couple of long hitless streaks snapped here tonight. Gomez snaps an 0 for 20. Braun snaps an 0 for 19. And it was Braun who drove in Gomez in the 5th. Segura leads away after a defensive gem last inning. He'll be followed by Herrera, and then Willie Peralta, the pitcher, will bat. Segura dropped down a sac bunt in the 2nd. He struck out in the 4th. And that one hits the edge. 1-1 the count. Segura fouls it away.
You can't miss those pitches against Wainwright. And that hanging curveball that stayed middle away, leaving him upstairs, and you got to take advantage of those pitches. The Brewers have done a good job so far of that tonight.
Key inning for the Brewers offensively. They certainly know that. Pitch count is high for Wainwright. Number 85 here in this 6th inning. And a little dribbler out to the mound. Wainwright bare hands, throws, and Segura is safe. The ball gets away from Adams. Didn't look like that poor of a throw from Wainwright, but Adams couldn't come up with it, and Segura will reach.
Yeah, ball hit the dirt and the glove at the same time, and Adams not able to handle it. He had to be quick. He knew he had to be quick, and you can see that ball's got to be caught. That's got to be, if it's an error, it's got to be on Adams, not Wainwright.
Wow.
And it'll be a base hit.
So the Brewers with a couple of infield hits. They gave Carpenter an error earlier in this game on a Chris Davis ground ball. Now, the Cardinals not their normally crisp defensive selves in this one.
And a base hit on a ground ball to Carpenter down the line that he kicked off the glove.
As Herrera turns one around foul. Elion reached on an intentional walk in the 2nd. Then he threw out to right in the 4th inning. Starting for Scooter Gennett. If you weren't with us at the beginning of the broadcast, the Brewers' second baseman is out with an injury. A finger injury. It's his index finger of his left hand. He was out earlier today, early hitting, bunting the ball, and baseball hit the tip of his finger. They went for x-rays. X-rays were negative, fortunately. Finger's going to be sore. But Ron Renicky did say that while he is day-to-day, Gennett could be available to play today. Herrera goes into center field. Borges playing shallow. Back is Wong. Can't get there. And a throw to second, and just in there is Segura. That was almost an incredible play by Colton Wong.
Yeah, not sure why Segura didn't slide. Got to slide on that. Well, as per usual, any close play, the manager's going to go out and take a look at it. Colton Wong getting up there quickly. Ball bounces over to Johnny Peralta, and it's pretty close, but it'll look like Segura, this will be a better angle on it.
I don't know. This is going to be.
That ball didn't bounce, did it?
Be a close one. They're going to go to a challenge here. And if this one goes against the Brewers, Segura is the only one to blame. He didn't think there was going to be a throw coming. He kind of pulled the reins back a little bit.
He's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah, you got to slide. I don't understand why he didn't slide.
Well, they will await their fate from Chelsea, New York, the umpire assigned to this game. Taking a look at this call.
Big call and big play. I mean, first and second, nobody out, as opposed to man at first and one out. And this shouldn't take very long. Jerry Davis, the crew chief.
Yeah, it looks like you got him on that replay. That might be the definitive look. Calling umpire there is Will Little. Facing us, Jerry Davis, the crew chief, with the profile. Matheny challenges. Matheny hasn't had a whole lot of success this year in his challenges. If it does go against the Brewers, it's going to be another base running blunder.
Just depend on what angle you look at.
Yeah.
And the center field angle is the definitive one for us. But it's taken them an awful long time. Can't imagine why it's taking so long.
You know, the replay umpires in New York, they have access to not only all of our cameras for our telecast, but all of the Cardinals broadcast camera angles. Plus they have one of their own to set base runners. I believe the total number is 12 different angles at any time. And by the way, we've been asked this a couple of times. They are not dependent upon our replays or the Cardinals broadcast replays. They have access to all of these cameras individually. They can queue them up at a moment's notice. So here comes the call. Jerry Davis will make the call. Safe is the call from New York. Wow.
Thank goodness.
That is a break.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So the call stands. Segura will remain at second base when it looked like he was out, but obviously they don't feel like there was clear and convincing evidence. I don't know.
That center field camera, the shot that we saw, I mean, it kind of looked very, very clear that he was out. But
the Brewers catch a break.
Good thing we're not the ones making the call.
So 2 on, nobody out. Here's Peralta with a chance to bunt the runners over. Got great speed on the bases as well, and Segura and Herrera. And Willie does get the bunt down. That is a perfect bunt. And Adams will throw him out. So a sacrifice. Well done. 3-4 on the putout. Second and third now for the Brew Crew, and the top of the order coming up.
And that is a great bunt right there. I can't tell you how difficult that is with those corner infielders crashing like they were. Just deadens it beautifully, and you only play at first base. Good job, Willie Peralta. Yeah, very good technique. Just catches the baseball with the end of the bat. And Willie Peralta dropped down his 6th sacrifice bunt.
Now the Brewers with more traffic. They've had the bases loaded twice. Now 2 on, second and third with 1 out. And the top of the order, Gomez coming up. And he's hit by a pitch. Wainwright drills Gomez. A base open at first base. And Gomez.
Not even close, that pitch. And that ball, no chance getting out of the way, just on the forearm, below the elbow.
Well, a pitcher with impeccable command like Adam Wainwright certainly makes you go, in that Brewers dugout. So he has the bases loaded now. Cardinals will set up for a double play to try to get out of this inning. And here comes Jonathan Lucroy at the plate, presented by Wendy's tonight.
But probably the worst guy you want to face on the Brewers right now, with the bases loaded, a guy that makes great contact. Try and get one up in the strike zone to get a fly ball at least.
And a first pitch curveball buckles the knees of Lucroy. Lucroy drew a walk his last time up. Was stranded at third. probably would have scored on Ryan Braun's shot into the gap in right center, but the ball bounced out for a ground rule double. Another curveball, this time misses inside and low, and it's 1-1. It is rare to get bases loaded chances against Adam Wainwright. To get 3 of them is almost unheard of.
Yeah, in 6 innings. And Brewers right now 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. They've already left 7 stranded.
Lined into a double play with bases full in the second. And then Wainwright had a strikeout and a pop-up to end the 5th. 1-1. Lucroy takes ball 2.
They couldn't ask for better speed on the bases right now. The 3 fastest guys on the Brewers are on base.
Brewers got the benefit of a call, a challenge play. Segura, Herrera, and Gomez. 2-1 to Lucroy, and a fastball missed, not by much, and Wainwright wanted that call from Greg Gibson. Now it's 3-1 and nowhere to put Jonathan Lucroy. Hitters count. Lucroy fouls it away. Count goes full. Brewers have gotten hits tonight from all of their big guns. Gomez, Lucroy, Braun. Ramirez with 3 hits tonight. Big pitch coming. Bases loaded, 1 out. The payoff. And Lucroy pops it up. Foul territory. That'll head into the seats.
Yeah, just the thought of that curveball in the back of the hitter's mind makes that 91, 92 mile an hour fastball enough to get in on the hands. First 2 pitches to Lucroy here, curveballs. The next 4 all fastballs.
Seth Manis loosening in the Cardinal bullpen. The Brew Crew with Wainwright on the ropes. Full count. And Lucroy drives one to right. Tavares cannot get there. It's down. It gets by him all the way to the wall. Segura, Herrera, Gomez all score as Jonathan Lucroy drives in 3 on a double down the right field line. It's 6-0 Milwaukee.
All right, how about that at bat right there? A 7-pitch at bat. Adam Wainwright, Jonathan Lucroy gets ahead on a curveball that catches the inside corner. Tries to do the same thing and misses. And then the next 5 pitches to Lucroy, all fastballs. Lucroy got ahead in the count 3-1, had a good pitch to hit right there, got it to 3-2, and then the battle is on. Wainwright continues to pound the fastball. That one out over the plate. Not a bad pitch, but because Tavares in this outfield plays so shallow, ball goes down in the corner and everybody scores. Great speed on the bases. Jonathan Lucroy comes up big once again.
What a big hit. Lucroy just 4 off the National League lead in doubles. And the Brewers hang 6 runs on Adam Wainwright on 9 hits. And Matheny is out to the mound, still steaming about that call at second base. So Wainwright is done. The Brewers have a chance to beat David Price and Adam Wainwright in back-to-back games. And a 6-0 advantage as the Cardinals go to the bullpen. We'll take a break. Went out to the second base umpire. Will Little started barking at him. Then the crew chief came over, Jerry Davis. And the Cardinal skipper might have a beef to be upset. That was a call that looked like could go the Cardinal way. It didn't. Wainwright out of the game, frustrated. Brewers got a break, and they cashed it in a big way. Jonathan Lucroy with a 3 RBI double, and doubles up the lead on Wainwright. 6-0 as the new Cardinal pitcher is Seth Maness, comes in for the 48th game of the year, and he enters this one in the 6th inning. Still just 1 out in the inning with Lucroy at second.
Yeah, last pitch on the 30th. He pitched through 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits and 4 runs, all earned. So Maness coming off a rough outing. His last time out. And Brewers looking for some more insurance runs.
Matheny ejected here. It's an automatic ejection when you argue a challenge, as Braun sends one to right field, shallow, long run. That's going to fall fair. Lucroy around third. He's going to try to score. The throw goes to second, and Lucroy is in on a double by Braun. And it's 7-0 Milwaukee. And that run will belong to Adam Wainwright. That'll close the book on him as Braun drives in his second run on his second double.
Yeah, both of them coming to right field. This pitch in on Braun, he gets jammed, but because Tavares is shading around toward the gap out there, that ball drops right inside the right field line, and Lucroy able to score. So Braun trades places with Lucroy with still only 1 out. You can't tell you, I mean, that is a huge call down there at second base. You hate to keep going back to it, but if that was an out call at second base and then Ron Renicky challenged it, it probably would have stayed, because according to the umpires in New York, too close to overturn it.
Right. And think about it. You're talking 1 out, a runner at first, and the pitcher coming up.
Right.
He's likely to bunt. 2 outs. You know, maybe he advances the runner. Certainly a big call. Brewers have been on the other end of those a few times this year. And they get one go their way. As Ramirez into right center field, he's a triple away from the cycle, but not this time. Tavares will run it down. And advancing to third is Braun. First time Ramirez has been retired. He's 3 for 4 tonight. And he'll have another shot at a triple.
I know this game is far from over, but you think about the last 2 games for the Brewers: David Price, Adam Wainwright. And the Brewers able to tack 11 runs on the 2 of them. Pretty impressive stuff.
And just to put it into context, the Brewers going into that game against David Price Wednesday had lost 3 in a row. They had 3 games combined. They scored just 2 runs and struck out 30 times. And you're thinking, oh, well, you got Price and Wainwright now.
Here we go, right?
And look at these numbers.
Those are 3 earned runs. Price gave up 4 runs, but 3 of them earned. All 7 earned for Wainwright tonight.
That is something. That's been the way this team has gone. It's just been one of those weird, can't figure them out on paper type ball clubs.
Just a head scratching offense, isn't it?
That's what it is. What a roller coaster this year. As Davis cuts and misses, 1-2 the count.
But a lot of game left.
Well, Willie Peralta has 5 shutout innings. He's coming off his best inning, a 3-up, 3-down frame with a K, as Davis strikes out. And the ball gets free, secured at first by Pierzynski, and that will retire the side. But what an inning. The Brewers score 4 runs. The big hit, Jonathan Lucroy, on a 2-strike double that plated 3. 7-0 Milwaukee, and Wainwright is chased. Milwaukee Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Miller Lite, now in the original can, it's Miller time. A rare bird indeed here in St. Louis. Lucroy with a big hit, driving in 3. The Brewers are up 7-0 as we play in the bottom of the 6th. And all of those runs pinned on Adam Wainwright tonight, who goes 5 1/3, giving up 9 hits and 7 earned runs.
And one of his shortest starts this year. Wainwright, in 17 of his first 21 starts, went 7+ innings. Only 5 1/3 tonight.
Matt Holliday turns one around and sends it way out of here. So the Cardinals come back with a run of their own as Holliday goes deep, his 11th of the season. First run of the night for St. Louis. No doubt about that one.
He got that one. Normally you can pitch this guy in, but he turned on that one like he knew it was coming. Fastball in, 95 miles an hour, just drops the head of the bat on it. No question that's out of the ballpark.
Matt Adams takes strike 1. We'll be curious to see how Peralta pitches with the lead, a big lead like this. And Adams lines one to right. Braun is there playing deep, makes a catch for the out. That ball was hit hard. First out of the inning.
Hey, it's Cerveceros Day, Sunday, August 10th, to see the Brewers square off against the Giants. I should say square off against the Dodgers, and get your free chorizo racing sausage bobble, courtesy of Clemens Sausage. For tickets, call 414-902-4000 or visit brewers.com. Giants first, then Dodgers next homestand.
Spin through the West, and the 2 top teams of the National League West.
And the Brewers go to Chicago and then to L.A. to play the Dodgers.
Now the Brewers have 2 more West Coast trips. They have to go to L.A. They also have to go to San Diego and San Francisco on the same trip. The Cardinals, meanwhile, have finished their West Coast trips for the season. They're just coming home from San Diego. Played in San Diego yesterday. Won that ball game to avoid the sweep. Brewers start play today 2 games up on St. Louis. And there's a swing and a miss. Peralta strikes out.
Slider away, then 2-seamer. Good power sinker in under his hands. Good pitch by Willie, coming back nicely after the home run.
It is impressive that in 3 Peralta starts against the Cardinals, this being the 3rd, the Brewers have scored 22 runs against this team.
And he's been getting a lot of run support since the end of May.
Second most in the league. Well, he had a 5-game winning streak in the month of June. He's won 3 in a row here to finish July, starting August tonight. Looking for his 4th consecutive win. If he does win tonight, he will go to the top of the National League win total with Adam Wainwright and Clayton Kershaw.
And looking to win 9 of his last 10 decisions.
Seven to 1 Brew Crew. Holliday goes deep to start this 6th inning. Pierzynski batting with 2 away. And a bouncer to first. Gobbled up by Overbay. And a good comeback for Peralta after a leadoff homer. Retires the next 3 in order with a K. And we are headed to the 7th. for Milwaukee. Lucroy with a 3 RBI double, a key hit. New member of the family, Rock. That is Ken and Michelle Spindler's baby boy, Mason Scott Spindler, born yesterday and 2 days ago, actually, going home today. Check out Mason and the Brewers hat already. Congratulations to one of our media relations members, Ken Spindler.
Outstanding.
It's a good-looking boy right there.
I got a boy and a girl now. I want to say happy birthday to Ed Luella, who's 92 years old today. Says he watches just about every night. So happy birthday, Ed. So a little bit of the new and the I don't want to say mature.
The young and experienced.
Right, right.
Nice. 92 years apart, Ed and little Mason. Won't they have some stories? Lyle Overbay leads off. Our terrific statistician Mitch Smith putting together some superlatives on Wainwright, just how rare this night is for the Brewers, as Overbay hits that one sharply to center field. Borges runs it down. Man, that was a great catch. He covered some ground, didn't he?
Yeah, he plays shallow like Tavares. The only guy that plays relatively deep out there is going to be Matt Holliday. He doesn't go back all that well, but Borges, one of the fastest guys in the league, gets a good jump and took a good angle on it. Never took his eye off it. Knew exactly where he was and able to run it down. Nice catch. Nice swing, easy swing by Lyle Overbay, and the baseball jumped off his bat.
One away for Segura. Reached on an infield hit in the 6th inning. So the Brewers with 7 earned runs tonight off Wainwright. That's the most earned runs Wainwright has ever allowed against Milwaukee. He's had a couple of games though where he's given up more runs. Segura sends one deep to left. Holliday is there. 2 hard hit balls for outs in the 7th inning.
They got him popping up, right? That's what they're saying in the dugout.
Wainwright had given up 9 runs against the Brewers back in 07. Only 4 of those were earned, if you're wondering. Had an 8 earned run game the next year in 08, but only 6 of those earned. So the most earned runs he's ever allowed to Milwaukee. Prior to tonight, Wainwright had allowed 8 earned runs total in his last 8 starts combined. 7 earned runs in 5 1/3 here tonight.
I mentioned that he was outstanding. 1-0 last time out against the Cubs, but before that, right here at Tampa Bay.
There's a shot to short. Peralta gloves, and the throw is late. And Herrera will reach on an infield hit, and 2 hits and a walk tonight for Elian Herrera.
Yeah, the Rays put up 6 runs, 4 of them earned against Wainwright 2 starts ago.
Well, it's a testament to how great Wainwright is and has been, because these kind of games are just rare. But I will say this about Milwaukee, and we talked about this during the telecast on Wednesday when the Brewers matched up against David Price and beat him. The Brewers have beaten some of the game's best starting pitchers this season. And they're hoping to add Wainwright to the list as Peralta pops it up to end the inning. Peralta in the driver's seat on the mound. He leads 7-1. We head to the bottom of the 7th. To back on the mound as the Cardinals are coming up. Don't forget, you can catch every strikeout, every game ender, and every history-making moment on MLB Whip Around. That's weeknights at 9 Central, and it's on Fox Sports 1. It's also streaming on Fox Sports Go. Brian Anderson with Bill Schroeder and Telly Hughes back at it tomorrow night. Matt LePay will be calling the play-by-play tomorrow. Our Miller Lite What's on Tap. Kyle Loesch will match up against the brand new bird, Justin Masterson, his first start as a Cardinal, coming to the Cardinals from the Indians. And Loesch bumped up in the rotation. Rock, Jimmy Nelson has a blister on his finger on his pitching hand, and he's going to be pushed back to Tuesday. So it's Loesch and Garza the next 2 days.
And Loesch, a tough luck loser last time out against the Rays. He got beat 2-1. Pitched well. Got a loss hung on him.
Pitching on his regular rest, using the off day yesterday. Not sure. Renick's coming out to the home plate umpire here. Wonder what this is all about. So yeah, Renick came out to the home plate umpire. He's going to make a change in the outfield, and Gerardo Parra is going to make his Brewers debut. So not sure if this is an injury situation. I don't think so. But Davis is coming out, and Parra be given a chance to get loose here.
I wonder why he didn't do it right away.
That'll be one we'll have to ask him after the game.
There's always a reason.
Perhaps he was indisposed for a moment.
Yeah, well, maybe. Tremendous defender, Gerardo Parra. One of the best in the business.
Good opportunity to get him into a game. Brand new teammates. Renick having a chat here with Chris Davis.
Maybe it is an injury. Walking around gingerly.
Yeah, he's headed to the clubhouse. That was assistant trainer Dave Yeager following him. So Telly's down there. We'll see if we can get an update. In the meantime, Parra will take over in left field in his first action as a Brewer. Oscar Taveras leads off for St. Louis. Peralta has given up 3 hits. Taveras has one of them. He doubled in the 4th. Matt Holliday homered to lead off the 6th. The only tally on the board for the Cardinals. Now, Gerardo Parra sent a tweet out earlier saying, had a quote saying the Brewers play hard and they play happy. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, have a good time out there. I guess when you win, you do have good time.
That's the way Parra plays as well. That ball is driven into right field. Braun, long way to go. Ryan will run it down just shy of the track.
That man's got some pop, doesn't he?
He really does. That was
dropped,
a one-hander.
Dropped the head of the bat on it and barreled it up and nearly hit it over the head of Ryan Braun. Check this out. Fastball down and one-handed. Look at the way he goes down and gets it, tries to level out that swing and nearly hits it, gets an extra base hit out of it. You see why they like this guy so much.
Cardinals are putting a lot of stock in a couple of young players, Colton Wong and Oscar Taveras. And you can see why. Both have great talent. Will they be able to show that talent in the big leagues this year? That's the unknown. Borges drives one to right center field. That ball's deep, and that's one hopped out. And Gomez comes up limping. Peter Borges with a ground rule double, and something grabbed Gomez just as that ball was bouncing off the warning track.
Yeah, Bronny gave up on that baseball. He kind of pulled up a little bit as though he was going to be able to make the catch, and then I guess he thought that Gomez was going to be able to get there. Check out Bronny. He kind of just gives up on it a little bit, thinking that Gomez is going to get there, and you can see Carlos coming up lane.
he rolled his ankle a little bit right there as he was trying to turn left. We'll keep an eye on him. That is a player the Brewers can ill afford to lose, Carlos Gomez. A shot on one hop. Herrera keeps his body in front of it and makes the play for the out as Daniel Descalso, the pinch hitter, is retired. Advancing to third is Borges. 2 outs, runner at third for Matt Carpenter. I think that one stung Herrera a little bit.
Yeah, that ball was hit hard. So everything in this inning has been hit right on the nose. Even the out, the 2 outs, Tavares, the line drive to right, and that one hopper to Herrera that handcuffed him. Probably be the last inning for Willie Peralta, you would think. And activity out in that bullpen. He's got Will Smith getting loose.
Standing there with Lee Tunnell, and strike one from Peralta. Pitch counted 92 for Willie. Matt Carpenter 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. That was the first batter that Peralta faced Carpenter. He walked him. 3 walks in the first inning. Peralta got A.J. Pierzynski on a little handle shot pop-up. Herrera made a nice catch on him over his shoulder, and that ended the threat for the Cardinals in the first. This game has had 4 bases loaded half innings. Cardinals had 1. The Brewers were 3. And Lucroy cashed it in the 6th inning with a 3 RBI double.
And Lucroy's something else. I mean, comes up big when you need him. Wasn't a bad pitch either by Wainwright on that 3-2 pitch, right on the corner. He just spanked it into right field.
Long battle with Wainwright, 7-pitch at bat, and he finally drives one to right field, all the way to the wall in right. That ball had some heat on it when it hit the ground. It has been raining here lightly through the afternoon. It hit the ground and shot to the wall past Tavares.
And the Brewers had their 3 fastest guys on base.
Gomez was the runner that scored all the way from first. And that was the big blow. That was the last hitter for Wainwright. Two and two to Matt Carpenter. Peralta with 3 strikeouts. Has issued 4 walks, but none since the 2nd inning. As the count goes full. You got a 6-run lead. Gonna challenge him here. 3-2 the count. And a fastball lined into center field, a base hit. RBI single for Carpenter. And it's 7-2 Milwaukee.
That's probably going to be it. Ron Rennicky making his way out. Single runs in each of the last 2 innings for St. Louis. That's a pretty good piece of hitting by Carpenter. And just dumping it into center field.
Well, job well done for Peralta. I'm sure he would have loved to have finished 7 innings, but he'll exit with a 7-2 lead. And coming up big against Adam Wainwright, chance to beat a Cy Young candidate. Here comes Will Smith. We'll take a break.
Got roughed up on Tuesday against the Rays. Took his 3rd loss of the season, a 1/3 of an inning, gave up 4 runs. And that included 3 walks. He's got Colton Wong to deal with 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
Marshfield Clinic leaders in relief. You see Smith leads the club in games pitched. Those numbers have been a little sporadic lately. At this point, he actually needs to get in a ball game, especially sitting on a very rough outing his last time out. So he's in. Wong at the plate. First ball swinging, fouls one off Lucroy's mask.
And Wong hasn't been bad against left-handed pitching, hitting at a .257 clip. It's not too bad. 9 for 35.
Lucroy shaking off the results of that impact. Let's check in with Telly. An update on Chris Davis. What do you have, Telly?
Well, BA, it looked like Chris Davis left tonight's game with a left calf strain, and we'll have more on Brewers Live coming up after the game. We'll get a more update on how severe it may be, or maybe it's just something mild. But once again, a left calf strain forced Chris Davis to leave tonight's game.
All right, Telly, thanks. And that explains why the delay in getting Parra out there. That was not a defensive move. So Gerardo Parra makes his debut after Davis is out with an injury. 1 ball, 1 strike on Wong, and he lines one to right. That's foul, just foul.
Just a little bit out in front of it, off the end of the bat, and it hooked foul just barely. What was it, about 6 inches? So Will Smith got away with one right there.
Will Smith coming off of June where his ERA was 3.14. That was actually double what he was the first 3 months of the year, first 2 months of the year. Trying to whittle down an ERA of 14 in July. That's a good start. Strikes out Wong to end the inning, and the Cardinals are done in the 7th. It is 7-2. Gomez will lead off. The 8th inning now. A 4-run 6th, our Powerball home run leaderboard. Brewers have gotten a home run tonight from Aramis Ramirez. He is just off this list. He has 13. Mark Reynolds sets the pace with 18. And if you're just joining us, Chris Davis left the game last inning with calf tightness. Left calf tightness. Gomez looked like he got dinged a little bit going after a deep fly ball to right center, but looks to be all right. And he will lead off this 8th inning. New pitcher rock is Jason Mott, and his comeback from Tommy John surgery continues here.
Yeah, missed all of last year. Came off the disabled list back on May 21st. And last pitch for the Cardinals back on the 29th. Pitched an inning, gave up a run. the former closer for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Sellout crowd tonight here in St. Louis, over 45,000. And the Brewers having a good run here tonight. Gomez singled and scored in the 5th. He was hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th inning. That base hit snapped it 0 for 20 for Gomez. Gerardo Parra will be due up 5th in this inning with a couple of base runners. He'll make his debut at the plate for the Brew Crew. Will Smith getting through the 7th, striking out Wong to end the inning, stranding a runner at first. Cardinals got a run in that inning on an RBI single by Carpenter. So Gomez draws the walk, starts the 8th with a base runner, and the 3rd consecutive trip on base for Gomez. A hit by a pitch, and now a walk.
And Mott trying to get his velocity back. When he was closing games for the Cardinals, he was getting it up there 96, 97 miles an hour. And he got the fastball and the cutter. He's topping out these days at 92.
Here's Lucroy. Had the biggest hit of the night. 3-run double in the 6th inning. Came with 2 strikes. 2 hits tonight for Lucroy, both off Wainwright. 2 hits and a walk. Batting average up to .308, pushes him into the top 5 in the league in hitting. Those 3 RBIs gives Lucroy 53 runs batted in for the season. That ties him with Lucroy. Davis and Braun are ahead of him. Braun the club leader with 63 now, 63 RBIs for Ryan. And Lucroy into center field. Borges coming in, slides, makes the catch, throw to first. Gomez is back. Well, Peter Borges is putting on a defensive clinic in this game.
Yeah, coming in, now you see why they play so shallow. A lot more base hits fall in front of an outfielder than go over the head. Borges gets a good jump and able to grab it on the slide and throw a little bit off the mark. Tried to get the double play. Guy's quick and fast.
Takes away the hits that might drop in front and fetches the ones over his head. That's what's so impressive. That catch he made on Lyle Overbay. Here's Braun with 1 out and Gomez at first. Braun with back-to-back doubles, producing runs. Drove one into the gap in the 5th inning and a ground rule double. And then he had a little flare double down the right field line to drive in another run in the 6th. That was the 7th run. 7 runs, 11 hits. And all of that traffic, the Brewers have left 8 men on base, but they've had a ton of base runners tonight. And the pitching staff just continues to impress. The starting rotation is on some kind of roll right now.
Yes, it is.
As Braun draws the walk. So the 2nd walk in the inning. And here comes Aramis Ramirez, who is a triple away from the cycle. 3 for 4 against Wainwright. And Aramis is in our shining moment tonight, brought to you by Marshfield Clinic. It started with a home run on a 3-0 pitch. That was the first tally of the day for the Brewers. Next time up, Ramirez drives in a run with a 2-out double. Lucroy able to score all the way from first. And then this was scored a hit. Backhand attempt by Carpenter. So 3 hits tonight for Ramirez. If you're wondering when his last triple was, it was against Houston as a Brewer in his first year back in 2012. September of 12, his last triple. So I'll ask you, Rock, where is the triple for Aramis Ramirez in this ballpark?
That's a good question. That's a stumper.
I'm not sure I see one.
Down in the right field corner somewhere.
Gets maybe bottled up in the padding, or
right. Somebody fall down, maybe. Come in, dive for a line drive, miss it, go all the way to the wall. There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
A misplay on a dive. Brewers haven't had a cycle since 2011. Now Ramirez, as you see Jeremy Jeffress loosening in the bullpen. Ramos got it started on Wednesday against David Price. He had a good day in the Brewers finale of that series. Actually ended up 4 for 10 in that series against Tampa Bay. 3 more hits here tonight. So 7 for 14 on the road trip. Both runners take off. Bouncing ball to second. Shovel to second. Safe there. Out at first. And Gomez thinks there's 3 outs and was walking off to go to the dugout and able to scamper back.
Man,
has not been a pretty base running night for the Brewers. But he does get back with no further harm.
Well, unless he thought it was a double play, not sure.
Gomez sees the out and he's on his way to the dugout as the inning is over. Yeah, it has not been a pretty night on the base running, but everything else is going well. Remember, Matheny was ejected. I guess they could question whether he was out of the baseline.
Well,
here.
he forfeited his right to run the bases, I guess. That's what they're talking about. We've seen this on a couple of different occasions, and I think this is maybe one of those things that you can go into a replay and go into a rules interpretation. If you're on the bases and you give up your right to continue to run the bases, they can call him out, but I don't see that as an issue. But I get why they're challenging this. Makes sense. Understands.
Talking to the crew chief.
And all's good. Thinks the inning's over, goes back, and they just want a rules clarification.
All right, so back at it here. Gerardo Parra will bat his first plate appearance as a Brewer. Second and third, got a chance to drive in a couple, and he swings and misses. I'm sure there's got to be a little bit of nerves going here for Gerardo Parra. Got a brand new ball club. Guy's been around a while. He's had great success. He's won 2 Gold Gloves, but got a whole new group you're trying to get to know.
It'd be nice to start it out with a base hit, wouldn't it? Get those 2 runs back that the Cardinals have been able to chip away at.
Well, you like the fact that Parra traded yesterday, jumped on the first flight to St. Louis to be available tonight. Players have, what is it, 3 days, Rock, to
3 days,
report,
yeah.
but Parra wanted to get here as fast as he could. We love seeing that. 274 career hitter. Gerardo Parra. Parra was hitting .259 this year, and kind of in a similar role with the Diamondbacks. When the Brewers were there, he was playing every day in right field,
leading off.
Roenicke had a chat with Parra. He said that he laid it out. Look, you're going to come in. You're going to be a fourth outfielder. You're going to start sparingly. And you're going to be my #1 pinch hitter off the left side.
And a guy that you can certainly have a lot of confidence in and throwing out there in the event somebody gets hurt. In this case, Chris Davis, an experienced outfielder and a very good one at that.
2-2, and Parra strikes out to end the inning. So the Brewers strand a couple after 2 walks. Still 7-2, bottom of the 8th. Cardinals coming up. All right, Jeff, thanks. Sellout crowd here in St. Louis, and the Brewers have not given them much reason to cheer tonight. 7-2 our score. Bottom of the 8th, and 6 outs to get. We'll see if Jeffress can finish it off here. At least he'll try to get through this 8th inning.
Well, he got the heart of this Cardinal order to deal with. His 5th appearance has not allowed a run. And Jeffries pitched on Wednesday, pitched an inning and a third, did not allow a run, gave up 3 hits and struck out a couple of batters. Got that power arm coming out of the bullpen from the right side for Ron Roenicke.
Willie Peralta, 6 2/3 innings, 2 runs, gives up 5 hits. Will Smith got the final out of the 7th, and now it's Jeffress. Matt Holliday homered off Peralta in his last trip to the plate. 2 out of 3 tonight. And a bouncing ball. Ramirez scoops a tough hop, and a scoop on the other end by Overbay.
A nice play. That was a tough play by Ramirez, and he was able to handle it nicely. Well, he had that glove out there very loose. Able to keep it in the glove and make a good throw on the move. Check it out. It's a tough hop right here. Had to decide whether he wanted to take the short hop. If he lays back, Holliday's probably going to beat it out. That is a nice play by Remy to get the first out of the 8th.
That's a great look at the fundamentals at third base, putting that glove down in the same line as the baseball was bouncing. So you take a shot to scoop it up.
Keep the hand loose and the wrist loose and softens that glove up. That's just a nice play.
One gone for Matt Adams. Take a look at the Brewers starting pitching. We were talking about how good they've been during this stretch. And so if you go back the last 11 starts for the Brewers, so that's essentially, twice around plus Peralta for the third time. The Brewers starting pitchers have a 1.81 ERA. 1.81 ERA in the last 11 games.
Yep. 15 runs they've allowed, 15 earned runs they've allowed in 74 2/3 innings. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yes, sir. And Peralta has a chance to win his 13th game of the season, which would put him atop the National League leaderboard with Kershaw and Wainwright. Got 5 outs to get.
That's the pitch right there. If Jeremy Jeffress can harness that breaking pitch, he's going to be something else. It's been an elusive pitch for him to be able to throw for strikes. He's got the big fastball, has to be able to throw the curveball for strikes.
And a breaking ball rolled over by Adams. Overbay will take it to the bag. 2 up and 2 down.
Yep, on cue right there. Good curveball. Had Adams out in front. And if he could throw that early in the count, he will have a lot of success at this level.
Jeffress hit 100 miles an hour in his first outing as a Brewer. Hasn't hit that since, but he's been consistently around 96 to 98. I mean, he's bringing it. And when you have fastball velocity like that, especially with the movement that he has, your breaking pitches don't have to be perfect all the time to get out.
Just got to get him over the plate early in the count. You get him over early in the count, it gets the hitter on the defensive, slows the bat down a little bit because they have to wait back, and then that's when the fastball can take over.
2 outs. Johnny Peralta at the plate. 0 for 2 tonight, and a little half swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the base umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike on Peralta. Another ground ball. Ramirez again. Strong throw in time. Nice inning. Jeremy Jeffress. 3 up, 3 down. 3 ground ball outs through the heart of the Cardinal lineup. National League Central with a win tonight to push their lead over the Cardinals to 3 games. Willie Peralta in the winner's seat right now. Adam Wainwright on the hook for the loss. New pitcher is Sam Freeman, hard throwing lefty, who's pitched well for the Cardinals out of their bullpen.
Yeah, one of 3 left-handers down there. They've got Randy Choate, Kevin Segrist, and Freeman from the left side. 26th appearance, a 2.01 earned run average, averaging almost a strikeout per innings pitched for Freeman. Last appeared a couple of days ago against the Padres and tossed a scoreless inning.
Tonight around the division, the Pirates are trailing the Diamondbacks 3-0, bottom of the 5th in Arizona. Reds beat the Marlins tonight 5-2. Reynolds going to pinch hit here. So Reynolds will hit for Overbay with the left-hander Freeman on the mound. Overbay finishes 0 for 3 with a walk. And Reynolds, the club leader in home runs, will get a pinch hit appearance. First ball swinging, drive to right. Taveras is there. Out number 1. Looking ahead to the Cardinal 9th, it'll be Pierzynski, Taveras, and Borges. 6, 7, and 8 in their lineup. And we'll see who the Brewers go with. They've got Zach Duke loosening in the bullpen. Jeffers had a pretty quick and easy 8th inning with 3 ground ball outs. I'm not sure Renick's in the position right now to have anybody go 2 innings.
Well, he tried to get Jeffers through 2 innings with a big lead, a 5-run lead in Tampa, or I should say against the Rays, on Wednesday, but only able to get through an inning and a 3rd.
Segura undressing Freeman, a base hit back up the middle. And Gene Segura 2 out of 4 tonight.
12 hits now for the crew. Swinging the bats well tonight.
Here comes Herrera. Telly Hughes will be working the Brewers clubhouse after the game. Stay tuned for Brewers Live. Got some injuries to get you updated on. Chris Davis left with tightness in his calf. Scooter Gennett not available tonight. A finger injury, actually possibly available, preferably not going to get even an at-bat or a pinch running appearance tonight. Hurt his finger before the game in early batting practice. X-rays came back negative, so good news there. Gomez looked like he tweaked something, a knee or an ankle. Has remained in the game, still running well, so that doesn't seem to be too serious either. But a lot of injury updates coming up. Brewers Live postgame.
It's that time of year. Dog Days coming up.
Herrera bounce to the 3rd, and they get the out at 2nd. That's all they'll get. Carpenter to Wong. Herrera's first at bat is a right-handed hitter, and he's 2 for 4 tonight. Here comes Ricky Weeks pinch hitting. So that answers the Jeremy Jeffress question as Weeks pinch hits. And it looks like we'll see Zach Duke in the 9th. Cardinals have 2 lefties to start the inning. Pierzynski and Taveras.
And the Brewers hope they don't have to use K-Rod again in the 9th inning like they did against the Rays. K-Rod got a save when he came in with 2 outs with the bases loaded in a 5-0 game.
5-0 save. What's easier in your mind? 5-0 with the bases loaded to get a save, or a 3-run lead with nobody on?
The latter.
Yeah, 3-run lead, nobody on. There's one swing of the bat, I suppose, and it's a 1-run game.
2 swings of the bat and it's tied. You can't do that with a 3-run lead.
Takes 3 swings at least.
Right.
That's good. That's good analysis there, Rock. Well done. I got to tell you, I don't know if you went on the air with it, but I will say that you called this prior to Wednesday's game, and not Pollyanna. He looked me in the eye and he said, I think the Brewers have a chance to do some damage against Price and Wainwright, as a matter of fact. He didn't use exactly those words, but that was kind of the point. You went back into ball player mode,
yeah,
which is okay.
Well, you know, that's kind of the way I kind of think. I mean, you know, you got to stay on the positive side. You really do. I mean, this is too good of an offense to be kept down too long. I mean, the first 2 games against the Rays, I mean, they did nothing.
Right.
And that's not going to last very long. These guys can hit.
As Ricky Weeks draws the walk, so a good take, good eye. And the Brewers trying to add some more runs to the mix here. 2 on, first and second with 2 outs. Back to the top of the order in Carlos Gomez. Brewers have had 20 batters reach base in this game via walk, hit, or error. 20.
Yeah, right now 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position. They've stranded 11 base runners through the first 8. But the good news is they've got 7 runs on the board.
Yeah, Gomez has been a part of it. The Brewers leadoff hitter. Scored twice. He is 1 for 3. Lucroy with 2 hits and 3 RBIs. This is the time of year you talk to players around the cage, say, how you doing, how you feeling? And you hear, good enough. I'm good enough. Nobody says they feel great on any team anyway. Baseball schedule can be a beast.
Yep.
But the old quote, the dog days of August, they're a lot easier to manage, deal with, think about as a player when you're in a pennant race and when you're a first place team for sure.
You got the nicks, you've got the bruises, you got the sore arm, the legs aren't feeling quite as good. Pitchers, you get the dead arm once in a while. You're not going to feel 100% when you go out there. You just got to grind it out, get through it. You're going to have good days, bad days, but whoever's on top of the end.
2-2 to Gomez. In the air, right field, right at Taveras. And that'll retire the side. Here we go to the 9th. Bottom half. Cardinals coming up. Last call and be Zach Duke. 7-2 Crew. take a 7-2 lead here and take the first game of this series. Mark Reynolds stays in the game to play first base after a pinch hit in the top of this inning. And the new pitcher rock is Zach Duke, and he'll try to finish this thing off in the ninth.
Well, he's been very reliable. Look at the earned run average for Zach, a 1.04 earned run average. He's got a 5-run cushion to work with, 59 punch-outs in 43 and a third innings. He's allowed only 2 home runs and a 4-0 record. You got Pierzynski, Tavares, and then a right-hander, Borges.
This could be a big day for the Brewers in the standings. If they can finish off the Cardinals in the ninth, they'll go up 3 games on St. Louis. The Pirates are being shut out tonight in Arizona. It's now 4-0 Diamondbacks. Top of the 6th inning at Chase Field in Phoenix. Brewers started the day 2.5 up on the Pirates, 2 up on the Cardinals, so a chance to add a game. Reds did beat the Marlins tonight. Reds are back over 500, 55 and 54. Still looks to me like the best, most competitive division in baseball, the National League Central. They got a great race going on in the American League West with the A's and the Angels. And both those are the 2 top records, best records in the American League. One of those teams is going to end up as a wild card. A.J. Pierzynski leads off. Couple of lefties to start the inning. Pierzynski is hitless against the Brewers this season. Brewers saw him in Boston earlier in the year. He was 0 for 8 in 2 starts and is 0 for 3 tonight. There's 2 key at-bats in this game tonight that have defined this game up to now. The Pierzynski at-bat with the bases loaded in the first. Peralta got him to pop up to second. Took a nice catch over the shoulder by Herrera. And then the bases loaded 3 RBI double by Lucroy in the 4-run 6th. Those are the big ones.
Yep, no doubt.
And Pierzynski is out. 1 gone for Zach Duke.
Yeah, that and the fact that Willie Peralta had walked 4 guys in the first 2 innings. Actually, the first inning and third.
Yeah, first 7 batters he faced, 8 batters. I think.
Found his breaking pitch, and all of a sudden everything started to come together for him. And he has to be very pleased the way his team has responded tonight. At least so far, 2 outs left.
Willie Peralta's ERA drops to 3.52, 6 2/3 with 2 earned runs tonight.
Adam Wainwright's earned run average balloons to 226.
Balloons, right. 7 earned runs tonight.
Yeah.
He had a 7 earned run game earlier in the year. Wainwright had been in a zone on the mound coming into this start here tonight. Wainwright won 19 games last year with a 2.94 ERA, sitting on 13 wins with a 1.92 ERA prior to tonight's start. So it goes from 1.92 to 2.26. He was second in the league in ERA to start play today. They'll ask if he went. He did not, the crew chief says. Full count to Tavares. Sidearm breaking ball misses, and Tavares reaches a 1-out walk. And here's Peter Borges trying to avoid walks with a 5-run lead.
Yeah. First walk for the Brewers pitching since the 2nd inning. Yeah, Willie was throwing strikes. Everybody else coming out of the bullpen throwing strikes. 7 earned runs tonight, and Wainwright is still 4th in the league in earned run average.
You know, as good as he's been against the Brewers,
Actually 3rd, I'm sorry.
his he has 10 wins against Milwaukee, but he's got a chance with 2 more outs. The Brewers would hang the 7th career loss on Adam Wainwright.
Right.
It's remarkable.
No other team, I would imagine, is even close to that. Against that guy, I'm not sure.
And a career ERA just over 2.2 for Wainwright against Milwaukee. Zach Duke taking a moment after falling behind Borges 2-1. Runner at first. And a slow roller foul, 2-2. Boston beat New York tonight. Red Sox with a number of new players beating the Yankees. Could be a year without the Yankees or the Red Sox in the postseason. Got him. Duke strikes him out, went sidearm with that fastball, and Borges can't hold up. He's out, and a strikeout for Zach Duke.
Yeah, not even close to the strike zone either. Dropping down, getting a little extra movement on it. Watch where it starts, watch where it ends up. That's about a foot off the outside corner. Borges can't hold up.
So the Cardinals down to their last out. And this sellout crowd of over 45,000 has thinned out significantly. Mark Ellis will bat. Kyle Loesch tomorrow against newcomer Justin Masterson. Coming back from a knee injury. He's been on the DL. He's gone through his minor league rehab starts with the Indians. And the Cardinals said they did their due diligence, according to John Mozeliak, the GM, and felt like he was healthy and ready to pitch. So they made the deal, and he'll get the start tomorrow. And then Lackey on Sunday against Matt Garza. Loesch and Masterson tomorrow. Three and 0 the count on Ellis. And that's ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Well, not done yet. Now 2 on. Matt Carpenter coming up. And Duke's going to have to deal with the top of the order. He does have a left-hander coming up next. Brewers are a little bit of disarray right now with defined roles. Duke probably emerging now as the most reliable setup man and trying to maybe cut down on the workload of Will Smith a little bit, maybe making Smith more of a situational guy. We saw him in the 7th inning tonight.
The thing that is kind of troubling, if you will, for the Brewers, in a 5-run lead, you have to bring Zach Duke in. I mean, as good as he's been in tight games. I haven't seen Brandon Kinzer in a while. You got Estrada down there, your long man, Gorzolani in the pen. You don't want to use K-Rod, so I guess if you're looking at who else could work in this inning, I guess if you're Ron Rennicky, nobody. Unless you want to throw Marco out there in a 5-run lead.
And you have to be leery of that because he is your long man. You've got to be able to count on him to pick up multiple innings if a starter has a bad start. It hasn't shown up that way since Matt Garza's start in Washington, but I mean, you just can't afford to run your long man out there in spots like this.
You just haven't seen Brandon Kinzer in a while.
Yeah. Well, you got 2 lefties here to deal with. Duke hoping that Carpenter is his last hitter of the night. Brewers are up 5. 7-2. Brewers led 7-0 at one point, and Carpenter sends one deep right center. Way back, Braun looking up, and this ball bounces off the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Carpenter on his way to third. The throw is gloved by Ramirez to save a run, but it's 7-4. And the Cardinals starting to chip away here with 2 outs. It is a ball game again.
Well, the base on balls, both of the runs, Falks come around to score, and Carpenter got one down and in. Looked as though he thought he hit that one out. And Ron Renicky on his way out to go get Zach Duke, and he's going to have to bring in his closer. My goodness.
The last thing Renicky wanted to do in this spot. Duke cannot get through the 9th inning. 2 walks and a triple. And K-Rod is coming in. Renicky making a move he did not want to have to make here tonight. The Brewers led 7-0 at one point, but the Cardinals have scored 4 unanswered. There are 2 outs in the 9th. K-Rod looking for a 1-out save. The Columbia St. Mary's save tracker at 31. Had a 1-out save his last time in a 5-0 game on Wednesday against the Rays.
I was able to get a strikeout of Yunel Escobar and a couple of changeups. This is the guy he wants right now, Colton Wong. You've got Matt Holliday on deck, who took K-Rod deep back in Milwaukee to win a game.
And he represents the tying run. Cannot have him hit. Carpenter at third just drove in a pair with a triple. Wong takes a strike to start it.
Changeup, always a very effective pitch against young hitters. And get ahead and make him chase a couple of changeups in the dirt.
2 outs, 9th inning. K-Rod trying to close the door here, and Wong slaps one foul, and it's 0-2 now.
Yep, curveball, fastball. He's got him set up for a couple of changeups. Got to just put him in the dirt.
Cardinals down to their last strike. K-Rod deals an 0-2, and Wong bounces one to second. Herrera to first in time, and the ball game is over. The Brewers win. K-Rod has to pitch, but he picks up his 32nd save of the year, and the Cardinals leave Matt Holliday in the on-deck circle. Big win for the Brewers tonight. They go up 3 games on the St. Louis Cardinals. Pittsburgh being shut out right now in the 6th inning. They could go up 3.5 on the Pirates. Willie Peralta beats Adam Wainwright and joins him along with Clayton Kershaw at the top of the National League wins leaderboard. Big win for the Brew Crew. Time for Brewers Live. We check in with Jeff Grayson in our Fox Sports Wisconsin studio.
Jeez. Never fails.